bitches, how you doing? Hopefully you have a good day wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's welcome. I don't know how you got 14 weeks from 14 days, but welcome in everyone. Hello Alec, hello Sinclair, hello Ollie. How are you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome. Hopefully you had a good day, and if you didn't, hopefully I can take your mind off of things. I'm gonna say this right now, I only have 2 anchor fill-in boxes, so I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming today. I think if we run out of anchor fill-in, I'm just gonna do railway refraction railway, or mirror dungeon, we'll see. I don't think we'll run out. I don't think we'll run out of anchor fill-in today. Maybe in the future, I'm just gonna hope that there's other ways to get more anchor fill-in boxes without needing to pay. But yeah, there we go. Hello, you twatty fossil. Do you guys want a TY? Do you guys want a TY to put on the twat end? Do you guys want that? Use lunacy? I could use lunacy. We probably won't need to though. I don't think we'll need to, because we still have 2 boxes. That's what, like 6 nodes? 3, 6, I don't know. It's enough. Unless it isn't, then I'll use lunacy. But here's okay, I'm gonna go through the thing I normally do. Oh, also, for those who weren't here at the beginning, I don't know, like, you could probably see them, but we have new emotes. I'm still getting more, by the way. Still getting more. There's gonna be even more emotes, but right now, we have those emotes. We have Fossil and Twat. I know you guys like Fossil. I will make a proper Fossil one later, but right now, you guys can spell out Fossil, because I know you fucking love doing that. And then Twat, because, you know, I say that a lot. We have shut Alec! Don't stop gaslighting me like you did in 2XKO, okay, Alec? God damn it. Chickens are my arch nemesis, that's what I feel. Oh, speaking of chickens, chat, did you know that there's a horror game where you run away from a chicken? If you know what it's called, tell me, because I want to fucking play that game. Apparently there's a horror game where you run away from this huge chicken, and I need to know what it is, because that's just Alec. That's just Alec. But yeah, this is how my Rupture team's going. We almost got Gregor leveled up. Rodion's pretty good. They're all pretty much right leveled now, except for maybe you, and you know, he's not looking the best, but you know, it's fine. We'll get there before Kento 8, I think. So without further ado, let's get to it. Buongiorno, everyone. I don't know why. Oh. Ding, dun, 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 dun. How is the volume, by the way? I just realized. Is the volume okay? Wait, where's the moaning test? Where's moaning test? Wait, yeah, okay, wait. Is this, yeah, tits test. That's right, boobs test. There we go. How's the audio, everyone? I think I need to make it a bit louder, right?
마음이 가지 않는데
I'll put it there.
구태여 진심을 담아 배는 건 언제나
How's
즐거워요.
that? Is that too loud? I think that's a bit too loud. Fuck.
명령 때문에 배는 건 조금 재미없어요.
Sounds good to me. Alright, well, you know what, we'll leave it like that. If it's too quiet or too loud, tell me, and I'll fucking fix it.
제가 수그리길 바라지 않아서
Chicken
좋아요.
feet. Is that what the game's called?
허리를
Chicken feet?
깎듯이 굽히면서 명령을 받드는 건
Chicken
영화에서나
feet
재밌는 장면 아니겠어요?
game. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, we'll be playing that. We'll be playing that in the future. I can guarantee you. I want to play that game so bad because of just you, Alec. Because I know you haunt me in my dreams, so now you can haunt me in a horror game too. Okay, let's get to it. Also, I think the game you're referring to is Chicken Feet. Oh, yeah. Good. Okay, let's get to it. Last time, we did all the Pecatulum tests, and then we just kind of stopped. I was very tired last time, and honestly, I'm still tired today because I had to do something early this morning, but I'm feeling quite energetic, even though I woke up today pretty early. So I don't know how that works, but you know, I think we'll be alright. Well, now that that's over and done with, I would like the sinners to come gather around here. Yeah, fucking E.G.O gifts. I want the E.G.O gifts so bad. They look so cool. I put my title as whatchamacallit, as oh, my brain's taking a shit. My brain's taking an absolute big shit. Hohenheim plays this thing as Ho. I'm just going to call him Ho. He's a bitch, he's a Ho. We call him a Ho. Hohenheim placed the sinners in a single file before him and began. Now the regular checkup is complete. You finally have enough data to compare the pre-employment statuses to those of your current selves. Which means... Hello, Pat Pat. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's welcome. How you doing, Pat Pat? We're able to measure your pre-employment combat capabilities as well. Oh, okay. There isn't much significance in establishing this particular hierarchy of power on a linear scale. Like I said, you're all equally mediocre at present anyways, and... Oh, yeah, he was wearing that jacket. There we go. Yeah, Otis and, what's his name, Heathcliff are having a fucking dick fight contest. Yep, we got that going for us. Hey, that's... I don't listen to anyone weaker than I am. I mean... Okay. Sure. Sup, Pat, you glorious twat. Well, there you go. There was a burgeoning... English is my first language, I swear. There was a burgeoning interest among the sinners to see which of them would be the next apex of the scale. Were they to be measured by the strengths prior to their employment? Maybe I lost my memory... Maybe before I lost my memories, even I. Aww. I just want you to be powerful. Look, maybe before I lost my memories, I was like fucking, you know, the executive of the world, of the city. You don't know that. I could be an important figure. My sinners are so mean to me. You're not speaking from personal experience, are you? Thus, I believe trying to conceal the outcome of your test would be quite meaningless. Okay, so does that mean... Oh. Then, the sinners all simultaneously turn to look at the person standing in the frontmost position of the line. Huh? This would be the longest, most awkward, most loaded silence I ever felt in my life. Yi sang? Oh. Okay. Yi sang is the strongest. That's interesting. Certain abundance of my hurt, perhaps the test didn't paint a picture for both. He didn't even fight. His backstory has nothing to do with fighting. How the fuck? How is he the strongest? He didn't fight. All he did was do shit. He's a lab fucking rat, isn't he? Go to Pressy Espresso. How is he the strongest? How? We have a blood fiend in our midst and fucking, you know, anemic, like blood, like dry, tired, depressed dude here is the strongest in our team. Fucking bullshit. Wait, we're already finishing? We started this canto last time, Pat. A suppressed blood fiend. Well, yeah, well, this person is a suppressed human being. Words hurt as well? Yeah, but he can barely make out his words anyways. Thus spoke I Yi saying. Yi saying? I'll place trust and faith that all shall one day spout wings as I have. Huh? Oh! Yi Seng is the weakest. See, that makes sense. Right, okay. See, that makes sense. That's what I was saying. There is no way that depressed bitch. Like, I love him. Don't get me wrong. Yi Seng is like baby girl. He's tiny and cute and adorable, but he is not the strongest by any means. Also, hello Equinox. Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. I should probably put a pinned message about the new emotes. For those who have members, we have new emotes. There we go. I'm just gonna put that there. Oh, there we go. Faust is still an actual weakest space ID? Well, maybe in game, maybe. Oh, you saying? Well, you said some cool words though. We got this, right? You saying? Well, 'tis quite the bashful occasion. Okay, no, I'm not voice acting that one. I already said I won't. Yes, Fossil. Yes. I gave you the power, so I might as well fucking accept it. We have a new... Alec, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna murder you. Who's the fucking Fossil now? Who has memory issues now, Alec, huh? If I'm a Fossil, you're a fucking Fossil as well. Everyone type Fossil in chat for Alec too, because he can't remember we have new emotes. I wouldn't say fervent is the right word. Worried, maybe. No one seems to have objections or doubts about who the strongest sinner was, given earlier event. It appears that I would be best if we left the command to Ishmael as we have done so far. Let us mumble through gritted teeth. Okay. I wanna see the other rankings. And we are forgetting something pretty important. No one remembers anyone between first and last place. Even I forgot my own placement. Wow! We don't get to know? Fellas, I wasn't even part of the list! Aw, Gregor! You unimportant little boy. Oh no! Who cares, mate? There's 12 of us. Some people just fall out of the radar. Big deal. Let's just get on with it. Well, you are a bug. I can't even argue with that. The Greg abuse never ends. He's a horse. Wait. Yeah, he was a horse, and now he's just, you know, he's not even a sinner anymore, apparently. The ultimate potential bug. You know, bugs are resilient, that's all I'm saying. That's why Prega is a tank, okay? Bugs have the power, okay? I've got the power. They've got the power of resilience, okay? I guess somewhere around my level, probably, or Heathcliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion. Sinner with that bizarre insectoid arm. Place you in the least favorite category of all research. What? Exceptions. Oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? I like how even Yiseng's like, ugh. Even Pals? Come on. They really hate that, huh? Your unique case that cannot be placed in a list. Do so would be irresponsible. So is this basically what they're doing to make up for Kanto 1? Is this where we get Gregor lore building? You carry a certain potential. Interesting. Given the definition of potential, right. Your day will come. Oh, at least he's saying on the positive side of things, right? At least he's saying, oh, wait, look on the bright side of the... Getting consoled by the person. Look, to be fair, Gregor isn't even on the list, so last is technically better, right? There we go. Okay. I wanted to know the rankings. Obviously, Don is first. Okay, I thought so. Yiseng is last. Fair enough. Because, you know, before this, he didn't fight at all, really, right? Before this, he was just in a lab. Who else didn't fight? Which one of our sinners didn't fight? Let's see. It was just Yiseng, isn't it? All the other sinners have some experience of fighting. Well, okay, we don't know about anyone who hasn't got a Kanto yet, but you know. Hello, Cat Enjoyer. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry. Welcome. How you doing? Welcome in. Sinclair is the very second last, if I'm not wrong. That's fair, because he technically also didn't fight before Limbus Company, did he? Although he wasn't as frail, because, you know, he'd still participated in school and shit, whereas Yiseng just stayed in a lab. After some time passed. Classification numbers. Oh, is this the new... Oh, this is the new thing for distortions that we've been waiting, like, this entire playthrough for. My researchers have struggled to pass the handwriting of certain sinners, however, but it was good data all the same. Okay. 3-hour debate over a letter. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is the data logs, right? This is how they use the data logs. Other than that, I don't know other rankings. Right, okay. Sinclair is potential kid, while Gregor is potential bug. And then what? Heathcliff is potential man, and then is it Ishmael? Yeah, Ishmael's potential woman? Is that how it works? The brand new Zayn, Teth, He, and Wow. It's for distortions though, right? This isn't for abnormalities. It's just for distortions, right? Or is it for abnos too? Heathcliff grinned proudly and wiped the side of his nose. As you all must be aware, the current system of classification numbers has rather significant oversight. I'm looking just playing golf with friends. Hello, Chris. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. How you doing, Chris? It's for everything. Okay. Because abnormalities were creations of the former L Corp. Wait, so they are creations of L Corp? Wait, you guys told me that they existed naturally, didn't you? Our classification system had to be lifted whole from their system. However, the criteria by which the former L Corp measured the risk level was the amount of energy production. The old rankings was for power generated in Lob Corp. Yeah, I know it was for the power generated, but didn't you guys also say that abnormalities weren't made by Lob Corp? They were like existing things that were harnessed by Lob Corp. Didn't you say that? As a correlation to sorts, it was often the case that the more aggressive abnormalities produced more energy, but their destructive capabilities were not part of the criteria, despite the correlation. Yeah, I mean, you could produce a butt ton of energy, and it could just, you know, subside, right? That's why certain abnos were assigned relatively low risk levels, despite their potential to kill even multiple high-ranking employees. They were an energy company at the end of the day. It makes sense that the priority would be to measure their energy output. Yeah. I think they should have... Okay, they were extracted by... Right, okay. I do want to say, for a company dealing with crazy, like, invincible monsters, they probably should have had risk levels and energy levels, right? You would think that they would have both instead of just energy levels, seeing as, you know, the things that they're extracting from is literally like, you know, they can't be killed. If you weren't such a fossil, you would remember Blurry. You're calling me a fossil after you couldn't remember we got new emotes? You little bitch. However, here both abnormalities and distortions must be suppressed via direct confrontation. Thus, the former L-Corp classification is rather incongruent with our purposes. Okay, and so that we should be wary of people who drone on and on in the intro. Thus, it became necessary for us to reorganize the distortions, risk level, and classification codes. Fuck you. Stronger abnos generally create more energy. But not necessarily, right? Because you can have you can have a high energy abno that's not that strong. And you can have a low producing abno that's really dangerous, right? Technically. Is LobCorp the employees are expendable, they didn't care about employee safety? Yeah, but surely that's like a consideration if you talk about finances. Even if you don't care about the employees, you would still care about like how much each employee costs, right? So you would try and keep a track of that at least, right? Even for like just a financial standpoint. Wow, how interesting. So whose job is it going to be? I am rather taken back by the naivete with which you asked me that question. Oh, okay. There we go. Aren't you offloading your work? Wait, so we have to make the classification? Human rights and worker benefits in my city? Can't be me. Is there any place in this entire city with worker benefits? I don't think there is there? I guess the corps have some degree of worker benefits because you've got like connections and shit, but no actual like benefits, right? There's not a nice place to be, is there? A privilege given to researchers. Okay. This is all just to, in order to research the distortions, right? We got the other way around, assistant. We've got to do research into distortions in order to solve them better. It's elementary shite. Yeah. These, yep. Depends on your standard of nice. Well, like, kind. I don't think there's anywhere which is kind. Except for maybe La Mancha Land before it fucked up, but you know, it fucked up, so. To be fair, most employees probably didn't live long enough for the first paycheck. That's fair, which I don't understand why they would still work for a company in that case. According to the LCD on-site investigative reasoning team leader, the progression of a distortion is much like that of a disease. Interesting. The fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon, after all. Oh, so you can turn into an abnormality if you distort. I guess I knew that, but it was like a bit blurry in my mind, but that's alright. K-Corp is nice enough to provide healthcare. That's true. It's a bit fucked in terms of the healthcare, but it's true nonetheless. As long as your brain is intact, yeah. Remember Papa Bongi. Who's Papa Bongi? That sounds familiar. Who's Papa Bongi? Hello, Yaroslav? Hello, Yaro. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. Hello, my guy. Long time no see. How you enjoy this game so far? What you like, dislike so far? What are your general opinions based on how far you're in? I like the game a lot. Again, same reasons I like the game. It's because of the story, and the battle mechanics. Normally, I'm not a fan of gacha games. The Chicken Man. The Chicken Man? The Chicken Man. The Gingerbread Man. No, the Muffin Man. By the way, nice model, by the way. Yeah, you remember. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I remembered. It was correct. Okay, there we go. You forgot my Spanish uncle, Papa Bongi? Who's Papa Bongi? I don't remember. Gasp, you fossil. Fuck you. He was close to becoming an abno. Oh, Papa Bongi from K-Corp. You mean K-Corp? Chicken Man? Right, that's what you mean when you said Chicken Man. Right, yes, okay, I remember now. I forgot his name, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot his name. Yeah, no, I like this game a lot. And also, I like the lore in this game. I think that's a big part about it. And I'm glad that I've got you guys with me, because you guys know a lot about the game, which means, like, I don't need to read as much as I should. When a distortion progresses into an abnormality, or pre-existing individuality is erased, replaced with the totality of an abno. Okay. It's impossible to bring back a distortion that has already transformed into an abno. It'll no longer have that reversibility that they once had in the distortion phase. So here's a question for you, because you can be just a distortion. Is being a distortion a permanent state? For example, Papa Bongi. If we let him run amok, would he turn into an abno? Or would he just stay as a distortion? And distortions are like a separate thing on their own. Because apparently, according to what I just saw on the text, distortions can turn into abnormalities, right? So a distortion like the Time Reaper fella will eventually become an abno too, if left untouched. If you're referring to the subject, okay, that string of letters. This is simply a prediction, because the particular subject isn't contained here. I cannot say with... It's not? Where is it? A correct assessment. Oh. We hoped we would, but T-Corp was very adamant about their claim over the entity, to the point where they refused to even sit at the negotiation table. Found the time-ripping ability quite fascinating, but sometimes I must know when to cut my losses, I suppose. I think they mean you have a time limit to either becoming and stuck as the beast that you are if you don't revert them. Okay, so they're not technically abnormalities, right? They're like a level lower, because abnormalities are made from multiple like people's like negative emotions, right? Whereas distortion is just one person's really negative thought. That's how that works, right? Which I'm surprised there's not more distortion, seeing as the city's so fucked up. But anyways, that's another conversation. Wait, so he something is the new classification code format? Because it is difficult to identify and observe the origin and the shape of a distortion, we decided to forego that information and instead replace them with their sin affinities and the expected damage scale. Interesting. Okay. Distortions are on the verge of becoming abno. So they can become abno. Or you could overcome it and awaken an ego. Yes, okay. I know you could do that, like most bosses have. Like most Kanto bosses have. Well, they tried until we murdered them, but that's different. Distortions are the verge of... So, a distortion can become an abno, or it can't? Or, like, if enough distortions have the similar, like, negative emotion, they turn, like, mixed together, kind of thing? Sim affinities. PL must refer to Pigritia, sloth. It appears the classification now mimics the classification of Pecatula. Oh, that is easier to understand, at least. If we're being technical here, I wouldn't say it's the mimics it. It would be more accurate to say that the Pecatula are at once the origins of the distortion phenomena and its byproducts. The affinities can be transferred one-to-one. Right. Because Pecatulums are failed. So, okay. So you guys need to explain this, because I'm still a bit confused. So, if someone distorts, okay, let's say Alec distorts, right? Let's say Alec, I'm gonna use Alec as an example. Let's say Alec distorts, okay? So the three options that he can turn into are either an ego, a distorted beast, or a Pecatulum, right? Those are the three options. And am I correct in saying that if it distorts enough, the distorted beast branch of like the quote-unquote evolution can turn into a abno? Is that how that works? Is that how that works? Combat capability, I'm guessing. I remember them saying the risk levels were determined based on Anchor and production rates. Yes, right. So that's the Lobocorp one. Yeah. It was a tad inconvenient to put nebulous ideas like combat capabilities into a singular numerical scale of power. Certain entities have idiosyncrasies, variables that may occur at such a linear measure, quite meaningless. Okay. Pretty much, yeah? Okay, good. If Alec is undergoing an extreme emotion, one of three things can happen. One, he overcomes the emotion and manifests ego, which he won't. Okay. That's out off the table, but okay. What's next? So instead, we decided to measure the expected amount of damage to Limbus company personnel. Oh, that's smart. Okay. While the Time Reaper poses very little threat against the sinners due to your idiosyncrasies, the unique nature of the weapon means that they can immediately deal a high fatal blow to anyone in the LCC department with a single strike. Right. So, excluding us, how easy is it for a distortion to do damage to employees? Okay. Number two, he succumbs to the emotion distorts. Probably what happens. I'm assuming he turns into a Pecatula. I have faith in Alec, he would manifest ego. No, I don't. Literally, the first distortion we ever met was a chicken. And guess what Alec is? A fucking chicken. It just goes hand in hand. He's not gonna manifest an ego. He's just not. Okay. That is why distortion was given a rather high expected damage scale of 6, from a scale of 1 to 10. Please do know that this is not a perfect system, and these values are only there for reference. Number 3, he's unsure of what to do and becomes a Pecatulum. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, so I was like kind of there, basically. And if you distort, you could become an abno. What do you mean, which he won't overcome it, you twatty fossil? You heard. What? Alec, do you genuinely think if you distorted, you would manifest an ego? Do you genuinely believe that? I don't think anyone here would manifest an ego. Maybe at best will be a peccatulum. Definitely not an ego though. I'm not entirely sure on option 3, but that's my take on it. Right, okay, fair enough. We have yet to play it. We have plans to do so, yes. Risk levels and expected damage scales will be coming before the classification codes. I honestly thought that this would be explored much earlier in this game, but it's explored what? In Kanto 7? Halfway through the game? I'm clucking believe it? Nah, I don't. I don't believe in you. Speaking of which, I have something to show you all. What is it? What else other than the monolith? Oh! The monolith that we were gonna sell, right? The development of transportation, management, and processing methodologies of the monolith is a growing achievement indeed. I swear to God, Limbus Company is definitely aiming for a low, L Corp position. It'll be called KFC. Maybe the fucking distortion will, not the fucking ego. The artifact by its very nature poses a great danger. I hesitate to embrace it so willingly. The arbitrariness in deciding how dangerous something is comes from the degree to which it poses a risk. As you must already know, the monolith here is a device that can force a distortion. It is scattered throughout. So wait, so the monolith doesn't need negative emotions to force a distortion? It can just do it? That's kind of interesting. It is scattered throughout the city, just like the Golden Bow. At first, only in possession of the fingers and the syndicates of the backstreets, to now being collected by companies both large and small, nameless like a plague. So are the monoliths something to do with Corp? Was it like the G-Corp thing or something like that? Hello, Redismiss. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. How you doing? Cool fact, Blurry, in lore, a building has That's interesting. How the fuck does that... Is it because of the monolith? Because it can't produce negative emotions because it's a fucking building. So I'm assuming it's because of something like the monolith, right? Cat Enjoyer? We also learned that they have become rather high priority targets for some wings out there. Well, there you go. Oh my god, the red me's. As luck would have it, we managed to begin our research, expedition, and collection of the monoliths much earlier than others. Now we are already at the stage which we may partake in the processing and the sales of these artifacts, expanding our business ventures. You should listen to Carmen to truly distort. I've heard bad things about that bitch. You could say that we narrowly avoided the very unsavory fate of having to tussle with the wings for the possession of these artifacts. Oh, hello Key. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. How you doing, Key? Hopefully you have a good day wherever you are. We should do more collabs. I just realized we haven't had a collab in like a month. Or maybe we have. I don't know. Because we may have... Oh, okay, we had SAP. I think SAP was the most recent one, right? Because we may have had to confront the wings directly, were the case. Okay. Even though Lob Corp naming had a pattern, let's use TF0168 as an example. The first letter can either be F, T, O, or D. Fairy Tale Trauma Original Donator. This is what inspired the Abno. What do they mean? So, is that... Because Fairy Tale reminds me of like the fairy abnormalities. Are they just like... What? How does that work? I'm back from playing Gold Cave. Welcome back, Chris. I'm doing great. We just had SCP. Yeah, I know, but like that was like 2 weeks ago, okay? I was about to say the SCP games. That was a while ago, you demented fossil. Fuck you. I'm so glad that it kind of cuts off on my screen. The second number is for type, 1 for humanoid, 2 for animal, 3 for religious. Oh, like the clock, the Church of the Gears, whatever it's called. 4 for inanimate objects, 5 for machine or artifacts, 6 for abstraction or amalgamation, 7 for breaching tool, 9 for tool. That's so cool. Speaking of, I really want to do an SCP stream, but that's a thing for another day. I screamed my lungs out for that, but sure, we can talk later about it. Bitch! Yeah, we should though. I suck at golf? Me too. The third number is their unique number. Okay, oh, right, it's a designation. Got it. It's like, right, okay. Asking out of pure curiosity here, what would happen if we were ever assigned a city threat level? Ishi, how about we don't ask questions we don't want to ever find out answers to? Wait, I mean, what if we, due to some contractual shenanigans, end up going against the associations? I think it's a good thing to know ahead of time, just in case. Seems like a question worth entertaining to me. Wait, let's see, from Canada to Star... What's the star of the city again? Chat, what's the star of the city? My mobile chat dictionary. Can you search up chat, star of the city, please? There we go. I suppose your assignment will be somewhere between Urban Plague and Urban Nightmare. Okay, so I know what that is. Very dangerous people. A threat level. Wait, is Star of the City... Oh, is that the Blackest Night and White Death? It's what they proposed, right? That's right. Okay, I remember. Okay. There's a game that I always want to try. It's called Get the Fuck Out. Is that the game where you have to be slow and steady and like kill things at the same time? Not Star of the City yet, are we? Okay. It almost sounds as if you want to be given a threat level. It's true that upon first sight, due to your revival powers and the potential of identity technology, may have appeared to pose a rather troublesome risk. However, you have a very clear and obvious weakness. Dante? Yeah, okay, it would be me. I'm the special one! If you don't protect me, y'all are fucked! Yeah, okay, cool. Stealth kill the game is... Yeah, get the fuck out, okay, yeah. I mean, what a game, I haven't heard it in a long time. Me neither, actually. It's been a while since I heard that. Fairy tale abnos are based on fairy tales, like the Big Bad Wolf was the inspiration for... Oh, FO258. Okay. Oh, the Big and Will Be Bad Wolf. That is a cool name for a, Oh, so it's like red... Like, I'm assuming like Little Red Riding... okay, I get it. But we weren't stealth, we go ham. You might as well play, what is it? One of the Warhammer games at that point. Or Vermintide. Ho slowly turns around to look at me, prompting Faust and the other sinners to follow suit. What if protected them though? I'm impressed by your optimism, given the kinds of enemies you have faced thus far. To be fair, if we're like City Nightmare level already, I think we're doing pretty good. I feel like by the end, by like the 13th Kanto, 12th, by the 12th Kanto, we should be like almost Star of the City, I think. We're not gonna call it the Big Bad Wolf for copyright reasons. Right, okay. I don't think fucking Little Red Riding Hood is fucking copyrighted, is it? We don't even need to go so far back time to discuss the incidents with this fixer Siegfried or Big Brother Ricardo I read from the reports. Should the third sinner suddenly seek to attack the manager? Should the third sinner? Who's the third sinner? Oh, Don, okay. With a full might, do you truly believe the rest of you would be able to protect them? Okay. Mark my words, we will get a red mist Yosha. I put that on my life. We have red eyes and we have red ore. So we might get a red mist. I second that hopium mist. No, the flow of this world is that the manager will be preserved, that no such thing may pass. Okay. That's enough, Ho. Any further divulgence and Faust will open a disciplinary committee to discuss the consequences of your careless words. I like how like Faust is kind of keeping him in check. They're very much like each other's throats kind of thing. Not there yet, are we? Whichever the case, you do have a potential to become a Star of the City threat at some time in the future. But do remember that it would be best if you could avoid the unfortunate designation. Okay. And please don't forget that it's only so true so long as you have Limbus Company's backing. Okay, so he just literally basically said, you are nothing without me. What a fucking bitch. What a bitch. What a fucking bitch he is. What a fucking bitch. I like him though. I can't even be angry at him because I like, oh, what? Wait, this intervala has a dungeon? It has a dungeon? I didn't know. Okay, this is interesting. So, what do we want to do here? I think we'll keep the team that we have. I think so. Unless, hold on. Let's grab a support. Where is it? There it is. I know N-Corp's there, but no, I'm using this one. Fuck it. There we go. Enter. Oh Jesus, you guys typed a lot. Side note, donator abnos are abnos created by donators back during the LobCorp Kickstarter. Oh, that's really fucking cool. That's really cool. If Ish become a color, she would be the orange sunset. I think so. Ishmael would be orange. Ryoshu's obviously red. Gregor would be brown, I feel like. Mersal dark blue, I think. Don yellow? Or like, blood orange, maybe? Something like that. I think everyone gives a certain color. Otis is like green, obviously. What about, let's see, who else? Rodion? Rodion kind of gives me light blue, because like Russia vibes and like ice. I don't know. The brown streak, yeah. Brown streak Greg. I want that as a new ID. We're almost done with the regular checkup. Finally, we have a chance for you to overcome an adversity based on what you have learned thus far. And for me to prove my hypothesis. Faust is Faust. Faust would be like pink or like skin color. The yellow delusion Don, yeah. What would Sinclair be then? What would be Sinclair? Because Sinclair gives me yellow and green vibes too. What hypothesis is he talking about? No need to worry, my hypothesis has never been wrong, most of the times. That's like saying I've never been wrong 100% of the times, 20% of the times. This experiment is entirely of my own design and supervision. That makes me even more scared, ho. The green prodigy, yeah, that sounds good. The golden twink, yeah. And I'll faithfully follow my own pure curiosities and instincts as a researcher. That does not sound good. Yeah, no, I agree with Rodion. Do you see this monolith here? Okay. Don't you worry, my researchers will be the one to activate the artifact. Oh. Violet Patch Heath? I think that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Activate the artifact? Not on you. Relax. God, he's got a bit of a fucking attitude, doesn't he? I understand that none of you would be willing participants in this experiment. Good. I swear if you're going to force us to distort, saying that we have no right to refuse or something, I'm gonna... I can't let you do that, even as your assistant. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Heathcliff has distorted already. He is the one singular sinner which has experienced distortion. The violet violence. The violet Yankee Heathcliff. Oh no, it has to rhyme, right? The violet vagina Heathcliff. Anyways, my brain went off in a different way. In case you couldn't fucking tell. You heard nothing, Pat. You heard nothing, missed. Yes, but if you must, we are willing to send the weakest sinner. Wow, Otis. Forget I said that? That was foolish of me to say. Damn! Otis literally just said, we'll sacrifice the weakest one. Brain fart moment. So, okay. Wait, he's going to distort? He's going to distort with an ego gear on him? Are you curious to see what kind of distortion you'll end up becoming? I'm sure this is a question you have all entertained at least once. No, I ain't curious. It ain't a very pleasant experience either. Yeah, because you're the only one who has experienced it. It will have an adverse effect on your long-term dental health. Like you care, ho. What if you just end up becoming a Pecatulum? You could end up becoming a Pecatulum, just another one of the fodder we slaughtered along our way for the tests earlier. You're risking that? Okay. I mean, at least he's testing on himself, right? Otis will know a thing about sacrificing men. Alright. I bet Arlik would like that, though. I bet Arlik would like that. It would signify nothing more than my very own limitations. Just a mediocre shell. If such an incident comes to pass, these employees will transform me to a containment unit. We even made a bet on what kind of Pecatulum I would turn into. Damn, okay. He bet on Goulet, I on Invide, and her on Pigriche. There we go. Think about it like this. If it were to become a Pecatula, it would be akin to losing at a game of chance. Of course, what counts as a loss may depend on what I, at the precise time, consider to be losing. But the mere fact of turning into a Pecatulum relieves me of my value to life. Jesus Christ, this guy has a weird outlook on life. I'd say he was being too hard on himself, but that felt too simple an expression to describe his tone. I mean, I guess he's the researcher through and through, isn't he? The company would most likely attempt to transport me to a containment unit, but I disagree with that decision. I would like to ask you to dispose of me on the spot. Why? I'm well aware I'm not the kind of congenial person who earns favors at the first meeting, if at all. I also don't believe our brief relationship has been the most amicable kind, therefore I see little reason why you would hesitate to cut me down. Interesting. Hoheim is literally me in LobCorp. Hello, Rama. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. That's just sad. Huh? A bunch of nerds? Well, yeah, that's basically what they are. A bunch of antisocial nerds. Ready for the Arknights collab, Blurry? No! I am so poor right now, but that's okay. Of course, sinners with gentle hearts like this young Sinclair here may express certain distaste against this decision. Oh, sorry, I had to take a drink real quick. But what if something unexpected happens? We're talking about your life here. Don't you have any manuals with backups, plans, or... Simple matter, nothing more than a coin flip. Oh, well, we're very, very well versed with coin flips. 8 days, 30k lunacy in a dream. Damn! I've got 500 lunacy in a dream, mate. My dream is called copium. That's my dream. I don't give a fuck about Arknights collab since it's E.G.Os. I'll never use them because I make the game harder for. I mean, I would still want Hong Liu's, regardless, because I want to know, you know, look, Hong Liu's a pretty boy, so all I can think about is that his ego that he's gonna get is probably also a pretty boy from Arknights, right? And in that case, I would want it regardless. Get your lunacy up, not your ego up, exactly. I got 71 lunacy, okay, you're not much better than me. When there's cope, there's hope. Fucking facts. There we go. What kind of sacrifice? I would like to volunteer. Oh, of course you would. I already failed to get Monster in Arknight, so hopefully I can get something in Limbus. Only E.G.O is he or wow. I'm never using it because it removes my 3 layers of immortality. I don't know what it is, and I don't know, like, I don't know. I might use it. We'll see. I still want it, even if I'm not going to use it. Only's Gladiolor would be lit. I don't know who that is. 31 lunacy in a dream. Yeah. I am a researcher who wishes to humiliate the field of mathematical statistics, unlike the general layer of the academic. That's interesting. I believe there is a certain romanticism to research. It is much more exciting to run many tests and gain as many samples as we can than to be stuck behind a desk, pouring day and night books and paper, isn't it? There we go. That's a tall sea fish mummy. Okay. If it replaced Tears of Tarnished Blood or Dimension Shredder, both gives him another free life. I'm not using it. Well, even if you don't use it, I still want to collect it. I like jumping into the Great Lake to buy time for Otis to get the fuck out. Yeah, honestly. I think Arleg would drag Otis in as well, and they will forever, like, be in the whatever whale. Just, you know, rotting together. It's like the Romeo and Juliet. Except that, you know, the Juliet doesn't actually like the Romeo. It's just a one-sided love. If I were to successfully distort, we would be halfway to success. For the first time, I'm feeling quite the envy for you all. I wish I could be witness to my very own distortion. Your swan die for orders, Pat. Well, Woody. If you've been paying attention to my lectures, perhaps you could even come up with a classification code for my distortion too, going by the standards we have discussed earlier. Not that I have a very high expectation that you would. I've recently come to the realization that people nodding along to my words is not a signifier of comprehension. Oh, this Hoheim has a flavor in the brain. He definitely does. But instead an expression of societal niceties. Yep. Also, have you streamed Silksong? No, I have not. Not yet. I am considering it. I don't know if I will. But there's a possibility. When did I become the hag lover? You didn't. It's always Arleg. Arleg is projecting. Then the manager here will open the entrance to my dungeon of the Fathoms. And you'll progress through the mirror dungeon as you have always done when facing a distortion, to reach into its deepest fathoms to face my distortion once again. I wish you the best of luck in your suppression efforts. Hexasection. Once you've made it that far, it's likely you'll find me unconscious, or, if luck would have it, conscious. Unconscious? Are you sure this is safe? Hello, Hideki! Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon... Fucking no. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, Hideki? Welcome. Blurry, next in Tavala, do you want to meet a familiar purple-haired man tied with hair coupons? Is Ricardo coming back? Ooh. Daniel, correct? Well, I'm gonna head to bed now. Good luck on Kyoto 8 when you reach it. Thank you very much, and enjoy your rest, Redis Mist. Enjoy. Equinox spoiler? Yeah, it is a bit of a spoiler. It is a bit, I'll allow it because, I mean, it's Ricardo. That reminds me of how Bamboo-Hatted Kim was brought back as well. Oh, pop in whenever I feel like it now? Oh, nice. Well, either way, welcome in. Bamboo-Hatted Kim, he's recovered. He is safely contained within our facility. It seems that they are ready to activate the monolith. Nobody cares for intervalos, I'm gonna be honest. It gives context for the next canto, but it's not full on. I would disagree. I personally like the intervalos a lot because there's a lot of world building, which I am very in need of because I haven't played the other games. Okay, here we go. Twats, Fossil, wow, I just realized we have mute. Fuck off, Arleg! No, he's just saying how during that intervalo, Ricardo shows up as an announcer on the banner. If only Blurry set up a sign telling we have... I hate you, Arleg. You're not a Pekatul. Indeed, and I can still hear them. What the fuck is that? Yes, I remember. I still do. I know he'll be back, but gosh, this is pretty unnerving. Don't worry, we'll bring him back, no matter what. Fossil! Alright, I see. Blurry, tell me how relevant Hell's Chicken is. It introduces distortions, Equinox. It's literally how they introduced the entire, like, concept of distortions. It also introduces us to K-Corp ampules, okay? and Samjo. So it's pretty fucking important, that intervalo. Blurry the Ancient One, shut up. Bring him back, did you forget this is Project Moon? Well, yeah, that's true. Distortion is legit introduced in Lobe Corp, dumbass. Yeah, I said for this game, dumbass. What? You gotta listen to what I say, Equinox. There we go. Sure, sounds like dependable sort, this manager of yours. Well, very well. Please take a look at this. Hell's Kitchen also foreshadowed Don as a blood fiend. Did it? I don't remember doing that. Is this a note? Did he write us tips on how to do this or something? He says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of his distortion. Apparently, it's some kind of a code. I don't think he'll hear anything but ticking noises from me. Can you read this, Mercel? It will be done as you commanded. Ardor Blossom Gear, my favorite, to be honest. I don't know what that is. Her eating raw chicken. Oh, yeah, alright. I'll allow that. Are we talking about how Don took a bite of one of... Yeah, okay. I'll allow that. That's fair enough. I guess it is not the best foreshadowing, but I guess that's fair. You can just cork out on Don being Don Rama. Huh? You can just cork out on to Don being Don Rama. What? As it would be... Mercel nodded, then began to read the words from the note aloud. That's just Don being Don. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just Don being a stupid fucking goober. Lobotomy Corporation, 5 minutes, potentially, anticipation right hand. The moment Mercer altered them, the altered familiar portal began to appear around Hoheim's distortion, as though they were a key to a door. How the fuck did he know that? Also, Don's she ID having her a bloodfiend eyes out. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. Scattering shards of familiar yet alien sights appear to intermittently beyond the shimmering veil. Hohenheim had already entered the portal as we stood there gawking, but we could still hear his voice echoing through the laboratory. Okay. Even if Don is indeed not a blood fiend, she's delusional, not an idiot. I mean, some would say delusional people are idiots. Not all of them, but some, I would say, are idiots. I suppose I'll be forced to share my past here. The past I never wanted to share, the past no one cares to learn about. It is something I must endure for the sake of this experiment, however. I needn't expose every little detail of it. Did he used to work at L-Corp? Lobocorp. It's all in the past now anyways, isn't it? I feel like he did. She Ishmael says she Don, your Jordans are fake as fuck. Bro, I was one of people betting on Don being a blood fiend because of E.G.O. Oh, okay. I got Lamontelay and Don pretty early on, so, you know, I didn't have to do much guesswork. Is that Exhibit A of some people blurry? Shut up! Why are you so mean to me? Okay, we found ourselves a workshop for E.G.O gears. Right. Oh my god, can we get an E.G.O gear here? Can we get an E.G.O gear in the... Oh. Okay, let's see. That's probably a bone gift. This is probably a bleed gift. So let's take that. It's a rupture one. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know how the fuck spiked combat boots turned into... Oh, wait, they are spiked combat boots. Okay, never mind. No, you're right. Okay. Welcome to Lobocorp. Yeah. Okay, well, look, it's potato. Like, I've got rupture in my team as well. It's funny because I manually created one agent at Hoheim, and Blood survived the entire rupture apocalypse. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 people, really? 6, 7. Oh, fuck, hold on. Let's do this. I think we'll do this. I think we'll try and get as many Heisho packs. Now that we're past Kanto 7, I'll ease off the bleed team a little bit. Obviously, I'm still gonna work on it, but just less. This is a Lobocorp. This is a dude from Lobocorp, right? Right? And I had made a bet Don wasn't the real Don because usually the stories of Don Kyode end in an abysmal, soul-crushing tragedy. Well, you were correct. This motherfucker barely has level 55. Shut up. I'm trying my best. Everyone is up to 4, and then there's Ishmael. We don't talk about Ishmael. We don't talk about it. I'm trying to level everyone up. It's taken a while. What's going on with them? Good, it appears that I can censor these with my own will. At least to a degree. He's doing that himself? It doesn't feel like he's distorted if he's still able to control his distortion. That feels a bit weird. And our Don had nothing brutally self-correct. You're right, you are right. Your mission, however, does not involve digging into my past. We're gonna do it anyways. Yep, Nuggets wearing E.G.O gear. No hint for you, good times, there's a good bit of those. Okay. It's got like bear ears. It appears that we have a passing familiarity with this place. Okay. Don't believe any level of proper communication will be feasible given that you are in a dungeon of the Fathoms. Okay. I regret to tell you that the setting of this dungeon is out of my hands. Had it been up to me, I would have manifested a place that was much more fascinating than this, like that library, favorable to have every book in existence. There's a good bit of just like in the olden days where we have to remember every decision consequent. Yeah. You used to work for the Lobo Corp? One of my past careers, yes. Us. Diplomacy did not seem to be an option here. The censored people brandished their weapons threateningly and stood in our path. Good bit of distortions with perfect human consciousness. Are there? This is the first one we've met because Bongi was still Bongi still like, he had his emotions, but it was kind of like he couldn't express them. And same with Bamboo Hat and Kim. We never actually figured out whether he had his like consciousness. Oh look, it's a random generated nugget. It can't be helped, let's get ready to fight. You haven't seen the others? I have. That's fair, that's fair. I've only seen like what distortions we've seen in the, Limbus Company playthrough. Are there, so I'm assuming there's distortions in Ruiner. Maybe not in LobCorp? Okay, Censored Lobotomy Corp L3 agent, okay. Nope, nothing even close to LF. What do these guys do, by the way? Rupture. If this unit is targeted by you, okay. Fairly standard. Alright. I think we just end it. I think we could just win rate these. That's alright. Level 3 nugget. I don't know what a nugget is. Stop saying nuggets. Are these guys nuggets? What does that even mean? Hold on, I've got to do my compulsion. Hold on. I need to do my fucking compulsion. There we go. Censored hopeless. What do you mean by hopeless? It says censored. We even have a rough idea of the gear they're wearing. Really? Oh, is this Lantern? Because it does look a bit like Lantern Don's stuff. Is it? Am I correct? I doubt I am, but once in a blue moon, I get something right. A variant of an abno called Meat Lantern. I was right, yeah! Yeah, cause it kind of looks like Don Quixote's Lantern E.G.O. The one from Last War Bogus. I was right, yeah! I actually learned something! Naga means Lobe Corp and Ruiner nameable characters. Nameable characters. Interesting. So like basic bitch chumps or like characters that are important? I still can't tell. 5 Meat Lantern agents, that's a poor team composition, not gonna lie. You can even roughly decipher their attack chart. Interesting. So you guys... Actually, here's a question, chat. You know these things like Rupture, Tremor, Bleed? Are those status effects in other games or is that unique to Limbus Company? Because I know there are a few things unique to Limbus Company, like, Walpurgis Night. Are those status inflictions unique? Or are they, like, also in other games? Unique to Limbus. Okay, cool. I guess it's the genre of game that lends it to the status effects. Okay. Are you the sample who's agreed to this experiment? Yeah, we're the samples. Yeah, that's us. What does that do? Who will step forth? Don. Don's actually no. Honglu. Yeah, there we go. Like Bleed in charge? Bleed, however, already showed up in Runa. Okay, like Bleed in charge. Okay. Including the Dante crash out? Okay. Nah, in Limbus it's different. In lore they have the same status effects. Right, okay. Ruina has poise, but it's smoke instead. What do you mean by that? Smoke. In that scene. Okay. Honglu took off the gear and presented it before the researcher to Returner simply shook the head in response. Wait, do we get gear? Wait, what did we get?
것을 모른 채 할
Reignition
수는
plug.
없으니.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta do another compulsion. Fuck me up the arse. Why is today so fucking weird for me? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Today's really fucking hot as well. I don't know why it's so hot. Today is boiling. It's spring. It's gonna get even hotter, so I'm not looking forward to that. Either way, we have a burn. Yay! Okay, let's go. The status name is Smoke. It works similar to Poise, albeit more limited. Right,
알고
okay.
침식도
Smoke is in
야호.
Limbus. We just can't use it. Yeah, I swear I've versed enemies with smoke. Man, it's as if this intervallo focuses on burning. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. How do we know this guy's actually distorted? He doesn't sound any different from his usual self. Subject, okay. Smoke is actually fucking cracked in Runo? Okay. I mean, yeah, but censoring his own fathoms. Hohenheim, you're in a dungeon of fathoms. We will see through it with Dante's power, whether you want to show us or not. You make a fair assessment. How about this then? If you are to see them anyways, allow me to save you the trouble and give a quick rundown instead. Come visit me as soon as you finish watching my tale. This tale began when that man walked into my laboratory. Which man? Which man? Which man? You do ones actually back in the last year's World Pogs Night. Right, okay. That's probably where I fought the smoke fuckers. The gears you smoke. Yeah, probably. Yes, I had a personal laboratory all to myself, one of the few perks of being elite researcher. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, you actually look alright here. That's weird. Let me think, I don't quite remember what he looked like. Something like this, perhaps? I'm assuming you guys know who this is. I obviously don't, but I'm assuming you guys do. Whichever the case, I was planning to censor his appearance anyways. I wanted to talk to you about something. Are you here to express your displeasure with me? The what now? If you are, do let me know from the get-go. I had a feeling this was about time it would happen. 3 months, not a bad record for working without a workplace conflict. Oh, if this is about quitting, then you would find a much better audience among the human resource team. No, I mean, I'm just here to thank you for picking me, some dude in the backstreet, to work here. I heard it was you who made the hiring decision. I don't know how to put this, but you're the only one who saw my... what's the word? Yeah, my potentiality? You saw something no one's cared to look into before. Know what I mean? M control team. But if I had nothing to do with something so grandiose like his potentiality. A wing does not hire people from the backstreets for something so insignificant. While this information has never been publicly available, Label Corp's primary criterion was trauma. Oh, candidates with horrible, insurmountable trauma were often favored by the company. Well, that makes sense, but that's kind of fucked up. And in an indirect way, it was only natural that they would begin to favor candidates who originate from the backstreets. Your greetings are acknowledged, Jimmy. Now feel free to leave my office. I ain't Jimmy. Anyways, I've been meaning to ask Mr. Hohenheim, how do you always enjoy being alone? Enkephalin. Why are you guys saying Enkephalin? May come as a surprise to you, but I am very adept at spending time all on my own. It's one of the hundreds of distinguishing features that set me apart from ordinary men. I feel like it's your loyal right-hand man. Okay. My right hand is doing just fine, thank you. Potentialities. Obviously not. What an unrelentingly stubborn employee he was, even in hindsight. Thanks to you, if I keep it living in a large nest, changing my world. At least he's hopeful, right? At least he's hopeful. So gracious, so cruel, all the same. What do you mean? Sorry, I just hit my mic with my bottle. Kind of like how that thing managed me to stack a position. Okay. I want to stick around. Okay. To bring about such drastic changes to one's life is the realm of feasibility for an exceptional researcher like myself, indeed. But you are, like most of the rabble, painfully average in most qualities and therefore unlikely to be moving force in that charge. I have no faith in universal things like potentialities. I have faith in myself and myself alone. Besides, I'm not very partial to mathematical statistics like the probability theory anyway. A thing as in John can't put a move together. Okay, no, not that kind of thing. So I'd like you to keep both my right and left hands as my own. Have a nice day. Okay. Doesn't really think about things. He gives me Heathcliff vibes. This guy gives me Heath vibes. Hey Blur, do you remember how Mephi refuels? By eating people. Oh, shit. Oh, I get it. Oh no. Oh no. That's fucked up. Oh no. Oh, well. There we... Oh. Okay. Well. Poor dude. No, I'm talking about a new Abno that just got shipped here. Poor dude. That's why you can't remember him, because he's dead. It's a tricky one to manage, I'll tell you what. It reads your mind, screwing up all kinds of strategies or whatever you, as long as it's based on hard logic. Want to shoot for the Department of the Year award together? You seem to be rather skilled in the art of transactions. Okay. K-Corp would appreciate your tears. Yeah. I think L-Corp and K-Corp would work really well together, I feel. I don't know, I just have a feeling that they would work really well together. I will admit, I suppose I was overcome by a certain ennui back then. And in hindsight, it was foolish of me to engage in such inane conversations. You let us... Ah, the remnants of my past come to haunt us. Perhaps it is I whom they truly wish to hurt. Right, so all of these are just Enka-Felon chumps, basically. That's kind of fucked up, but I expect nothing from a corp. I expect nothing less, sorry, from a corp. It makes total sense, which is, you know, unfortunate, to say the least. It's not, you know, poor fucking citizens of, like, L-Corp Backstreet. Poor fucking people, man. I like how every single, like, K-Corp and L-Corp both like trauma and people with trauma, so that you can fuel their, singularities. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? But I think they would work really well together. They would be, like, best buddies, wouldn't they? K-Corp and L-Corp? They'll be best friends forever. BFFs. Let's see. I want to speak to whoever managed this facility. What the fuck is this team comp? I don't know. Don't ask me. This is also why employees were so easy to get since they were from the right. It's like they were offered a chance to do something in a corp. They thought they got ahead in the world, but no, they're just being used as... I feel like every single corp always keeps their secrets like this. Like K-Corp keeps the tiers secret, W-Corp keeps the fucking warp trains, L-Corp keeps, you know, Enka-Felon and abnormality secret. It's kind of fucked up. You know what, actually, the quote, "it's kind of fucked up," is just the blurb / summary of this entire city, isn't it? A worthy sacrifice to the elite electricity to continue to run. I mean, I'm sure there's better ways for electricity to work. Probably Blurry ran it, Rama. What? What do you mean? I want to speak... I did not run this. I don't even know what to do in Lobocorp. When you really think about it, L-Corp has the ability to easily turn the backstreet peasants to color fixer within 50 days. That is true, although they probably lose their, like, reasoning, right, Rama? Okay. Indeed, I have finally done it. With some minor assistance from you, and of course, and some other employees. Okay. I will admit that your intuitive and spontaneous eye was of some assistance when it came to identifying certain observations among Abnos. Huh. So they're not used as Enka-Felon fodder immediately. They're actually they get to work there for a little bit. Okay. You try. I didn't run it yet. You know what? That's true. Not a single nugget can solo her. I'm assuming you mean Carmen. I'm pretty sure maxed out agent with appropriate gift is on par to the claw. What's a claw? What is a claw? Why is that so familiar? And why don't I know what it is? One X-agent is fucking crack. Okay. The same thing you saw in me when you decided to get me on board. Pat pat. No one can solo her. Apologies for ruining the moment, but the next few years quickly and busily flew by without much trouble. Of course, we picked ourselves up a few more Department of the Year awards, some promotions, and some collaborative researches. Claw is a sharp vote. Fuck you, Oleg. You know what I mean. Yet all things must come to an end. The infamous fall of Lobotomy Corp, for one. You... us. So, I don't suppose you have any trouble hazarding what they're all telling me, even as the words come out fragmented. You left us! False Alpha 2 soloed her, EAX agents are fucking crap. Okay. You left us. Nothing but words of endless resentment. You left us behind. The fall of the former L-Corp. I remember what Miss Yuri told us. Yeah, Yuri was a part of L-Corp. That's right. The site crumbled in an instant, trapping the employees in there with their abnormalities. What's this sound? The whole structure is quaking. What the hell? Initiating site burial in 100 seconds. Any remaining employees must immediately evacuate the structure. Counting down. 95, 94. I miss Yuri. I do too. Aw, Yuri. 4 EX agents are enough to clean out a whole breach facility. Okay. You know what? Honestly, if Yuri was still here, she probably could have worked for Limbus Company with her knowledge of what happened in L-Corp. The escape pods to the service are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying that the next one's in 5 minutes. Listen closely. At the risk of sounding rather callous, I must inform you that the chance of survival in cases of crisis such as this is usually granted only to a very small minority of those affected. Some who prioritize the fairness of the process may settle on primitive methods, such as drawing lots to see who gets to escape. And in more barbaric groups, the survivor would be decided by none other than the rule of mind. Yuri is give or take a level 2 agent. I feel, well, she was a grade 8 fixer, or grade 9, but I guess as an agent she would be different. However, I'm glad that I find myself among those who are on the side of intelligence, so I make this argument, a suggestion for you. Compare yourselves, whose sole final purpose in life is clinging to your mediocre office jobs, making good on your debt payments. Damn, he's a cruel bastard, isn't he, this Hohenheim? You're lucky to live, let's say it properly. And me, who has produced several groundbreaking epochal theses and research results at an early age, whose life in your eyes is of greater worth. Yes, that is how this tale ends. The compound collapsed 90 seconds later. I left the employees of my department behind and boarded the escape pod elevator and survived. How could you, without even a hint of remorse? Wrath is a hideous emotion. I am here today only because I have maintained a cold, rational head. The L-Corp brains with Hohenheim's dungeon of fathoms begin to crumble. It almost appears as though his heart was crumbling as well. The warnings, I can still hear them. Well, now that's over with, I invite you to come face me, the distortion. And the experiment will come to an end. But just finding and defeating his distortion in a fight, I don't think they'll bring him back. I just know it. I agree. Michelle and deep in the waters can't possibly be all that is. Yeah. I mean, every single time we defeated a distortion, it's never brought back the person, right? It's never actually brought back the person. We've just been able to contain it or like control its destruction to some degree, right? So we haven't necessarily been able to do much in that case. So I know, wait, subaquatic. Let's do this one. Nothing. Shit. Okay, that's unfortunate. The trumpets. Not good. I have Vietnam flashbacks when I hear warnings. Oh god, not the birds. Not the red lights. The fucking red lights. It's the fucking red lights. Not again. Oh. Why are we versing the shitty ones? Why are we versing the shitty ones? That's interesting. It didn't read? The Black Forest? No, the red light is super cool. Fuck off, Oleg. It was so disappointing. You guys were like, oh, it's gonna be a really cool Easter egg. It wasn't. You guys lied to me. You guys lied to me to my face. The 3 blurred of Black Forest. I have no idea what that means. Sorry, I have no idea. Let's see. Tier and P's. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think... Can we one-shot it? Oh yeah, we can definitely one-shot it. The beak. I can only hope the Aleph added in Yoshi's Kanto. You know what? You know what would be cool? If we get, Pekatulum identity. I think that would be interesting. If we get Pekatulum or Distortion identity. Wouldn't that be pretty fucking cool? And I don't mean like Pekatulum gears, if that's a thing. Or like abnormality gears. I mean like the Sinner themselves has actually distorted and turned into a Pekatulum. That'd be interesting. Scales the lamp, the eyes, Rama. We are nowhere near the end. Are we? I don't know. I don't know if we are or not. I guess we just fucking send it. Send it. Send it. Just attack him. Oh dear lord, it's so huge. What the fuck does that mean? What's so huge? My dick? Is my dick huge? Just say it. Just say a distorted sinner. Well, yeah, but I want to include like pecatulum and abnormalities. So. But basically distorted sinners, yeah. Maybe we could get like, you know the bear that Heath turned into? Maybe we could get that as a sinner. That would be cool, as an identity, sorry. Pretty sure we have a mirror world where Blurry is a Pectua. What do you mean, every world I'm a Pectua? What do you mean? At that rate, we won't be able to control them? I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be fun either way. Not gonna lie, nothing there. Not gonna lie, nothing there nearly soloed the Apocalypse Bird. They'll attack randomly. I'm assuming you guys are talking about a particular, what's the word? You guys are talking about a particular app node that I do not know yet. The return of the Dear Lou. Oh, I love Dear Lou. I love him. He's very attractive. That's all I'll say. How to give every lobcore player PTSD? Once upon a time, they lived 3 birds in a warm and lush forest. Oh, wait, I know that there's like a bird abnormality because in the animatic that introduced me to PM Project Moon stuff, there was a bird and it was like pecking this dude. And then it was like -1 health. I don't know. I don't know what it actually is, but yeah, I know something about that. Stop, Pat, you're gonna make me piss myself. All right. Remember to keep things on topic though, chat. Remember to keep things on topic because I haven't played the other games yet, so, you know, remember that. Okay, so we've got Tremor, we've got everything. Punishing Bird. Okay. Is that what the Abno's called? All right. God, I've got that song stuck in my head. Don't really like it. You know what else is really fucking annoying? You know what's annoying? Activating death rights. Death rights are so annoying to activate. Okay, actually, they're not hard to activate, they're just not satisfying to activate. Punishing Grey Bird sounds like a game made by Kuro Games. I think that's Punishing Grey Crow, actually, Alec. Yeah, get it right. Punishing Grey Crow, that's what it is. Hey, it's well to... Hey, oh, so you know the song, Hey, it's well to finally meet her other friends. Imagine robbing a bus, hoping to get some easy cash only to encounter the thumb capo. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, and fucking, you know, literally anyone here, like fucking Hong Lu, Lamantale and Don, imagine encountering that on a fucking bus. That would be insane. Let's do that. Okay. I feel like these are pretty chill. We can just win rate most of these. Which I'm kind of glad about because my brain is not like, you know, alive enough to do anything with more effort right now. The fucking dude, what is it called? The rock? That bitch looks like a fucking sandcastle. You know that one sandcastle Pokemon, the ghost type sandcastle Pokemon? It looks just like that, but like, you know, a Pecatulum. Doesn't it? It just looks like a fucking sandcastle Pokemon. It's about to like yell at me with its name. That's the vibe I get from it. Yeah, Palisand. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It does give you that vibe, doesn't it? It does give you that vibe. It's like, oh, I'm a fucking bitch and I look like a sandcastle and I'm here to murder you and your family. Yes, very good, child. Yes. Look, my brain works in weird and wondrous ways, but yeah. How? Okay, this fight took a lot longer than I thought it would. All right, come on, just win rate. Hurry up and kill the thing. Kill it. Okay, this should do it. There we go. 죽어라. 빙수 주세요. Palosan, but from a horror game. Yeah, basically. Something along those lines. Yeah, exactly. You get it. You get it, Pat. Okay. At the end of this hallway, a group of researchers is having discussion. Okay. Accept and investigate. Let's investigate. Tier 2, 3 Pekkas are the worst fights in the game. Are they? They don't seem that bad. They don't seem that bad so far. Imagine having prosthetic and grippy Faust saw you. What? What do you mean? Wait. So how? Why would that be scary? I don't have a prosthetic. I don't have a prosthetic. She won't give a shit about me. I'm 100% Shadow. There we go. Da-da-da. Okay. Regular operational gear.
심심풀이는 되는군.
Okay, well that's useless. Random allies gain offense off. Okay, so that's absolutely useless. That does literally nothing because we don't have any LCBs. Especially the Gloom one, they gave it Sinking Deluge. Why did they give it Sinking Deluge? I don't think I've versed the Sinking one. Which one's the Sinking one? I don't remember what it is. Oh, the Gloom one, sorry. Wait, is the Gloom one the one I just fought? The fluid sac looking one? We arrived at the entrance of the Hohenheim's laboratory. You just killed it? Oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad then. This may be my final order to you. Either suppress me and return safe and sound to where you came from, or fail the suppression, place me in a containment unit, and prepare. Perhaps we can observe what happens next. Okay. That's when Heathcliff suddenly strode forward. It's what keeps me going. You only hire researchers from the backstreets, don't you? I heard from them earlier. They told me that you're a right pompous bloke, but, thanks to you, they can continue to research and believe that there might be things in the world that's worth working towards. Is this the distortion fight? Is it? It is! God, look at that! Distorted Hohenheim. Doesn't even have a name. Undefined. That's new. Okay. Tremor. Okay, it's a tremor. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, what is this? Gain 3 stacks. Gain 1 stack every time this unit takes or deals damage. Okay, take plus damage from deal. Okay, on here take of the damage dealt as HP damage. So the more subject of observation he has, the better it is for me, realistically. Okay. Then gain poise potency and count equal to the number. Okay, so that's not ideal. Against targets without apply. Oh, they're being applied to me. Oh. Wait, what? So as soon as I get subject of... Wait, hold on. So am I just gonna get worse and worse? Am I just gonna get weaker and weaker? Hold on. For every 10 subject, inflict more. Okay, yeah. Gain a new pattern and prepares a powerful skill. After the third turn is over, above effect activates when this unit has 30%. Okay. So he's a poise tremor distortion. If the target is again just poise. Okay. Oh, hello. There's more shit. Gain shield equal to 30% of missing health. That's fucking god. Holy shit. If this unit has burn, lose shield HP. Okay, so we need to burn him. Shield takes 100% damage from rupture. That's good. If the shield gained due to the spectre is destroyed, the rest of the encounter gain defense down. Oh, so we need to attack him when he has shield. Okay. Siphon 10 SP from the targets with high SP than this unit. Sending order of SP cannot stack on the same target. So, okay, double-edged sword, you take more damage while dealing fuck ton more to him. Right, okay. Come on, Blurry, can't be too hard, merely 2k HP. You say that, but some of these guys are just fucking insane, okay? You guys know that just as well as I do. Okay, let's do that, let's do that. Don't know how you work, so I'm just gonna do that. And that'll do. There. That should work. Cool. Simply wins. Yeah, well, it's easier said than done, Alec. You can slurp up 30 SP from your sinners. Yeah, I saw that, which is kind of deadly. Okay, let's see. I think Rodion's safe in terms of, you know, distorting from that because she has low sanity to begin with, so I don't think she's gonna get siphoned from for a while. So that's good. We got that going for us. Okay, as written. There we go. Okay. Bam. Nice. Okay. What is this? That looks nasty. What is that? Where is it? Here. Consume potency, gain final power. Ow! Okay. If target has 5 tremor, then inflict 5 tremor and Jesus! Inflict tremor, but oh, that's crit. That's on crit. Okay. Rodion is so fucking cracked. You just nullified his sanity drain. I kind of. Because doesn't it say that it takes from the highest person? Siphon 10 SP from targets with higher SP. Yeah. Max 3 in descending order, cannot stack on the same target. Yeah. So he's panicked. That's the only way I can get rid of it though. He does have a shield, which I can just deal with rupture, so that's good at least. Let's do that. Let's do that. I have a lot of fucking resources. Let's do that. Let's do that. That'll do. In a single turn by making panic. Yeah. Panic is the only thing that I have though. Because if I don't panic him, he's just gonna continuously suck. I think it should be okay though. I don't think it's gonna be the worst. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're definitely gonna get rid of the shield, so we'll get an offense down on him. There we go. Oh, is that bind? Oh, and concussion. We gave him a concussion. We concussed him. His head go boom. Okay, good. Make his fucking break his brain. That's good. Is that mouse? Yes, it's mouse. Okay. I was like, wait, normally Yi-Seng isn't the one who gets activated with my Hongyu skill 3. That's kind of weird. And then I realized that is mouse. I'm blind. Okay. Bonk. How are we looking for the stats? Okay, offense level down, defense level down. Good. All of this is looking quite juicy. Just defense, really? And he's got a shield again? Why does he have another shield? I am very confused. If this unit has shield again too, unused final power, I'm just gonna focus on one. Actually, hold on. Let's do that. We might as well. There we go. Do that. That should be fine. There we go. Rodion, I already read that. Don't know why I'm reading that message again. I'm fucking stupid. Well, you guys already knew that, didn't you? Tears of the Tarnished Blood. I always love this animation because it's just fucking poor Honglu, man. Poor Honglu. The amount of times he's been stabbed, just Jesus. Poor dude. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, don't squish my face. Don't squish fossil between my face. That's just insult to injury. To be honest, this is the most forgettable. It's Boss. I mean, I think so far from what I can tell, I understand why. Reduce the remaining count. Okay, so we just need to win the clash. This is pretty simple. Oh, wait, we have 2 Tianju. Hold on. There. Okay, I want you guys to know, I so very rarely get to use the second skill 3 on mouse because it's just hard to get up. But you know, we can use it now. So finally, fissure. Finally, we have fissure. And I think we get more Tianju because we activate fissure. Twat. Oh, like, fuck you. There's the drain. It's fine. We're still winning, and we've got Rodion either way, so we have a win rate if we need it. Ow, Jesus. We usually delete this poor son of a bitch in 1 turn in Mirror Dungeon. Well, there you go. He doesn't seem very powerful. Weakens poise passive. Let's get rid of SP passive. Because the other ones I'm alright with. The problem is if I lose too much sanity, I'm gonna be in the red. But if I don't, I'm completely fine. Okay, so dominating. Dominatrix. Dominator. How are we doing for line breaker? 4. Okay. Dominating. Cool. Blurry, you're just bad at using mouse. You can't get it off. No. It's not because I'm bad at using her. It's because the enemies I fight are generally, they die too fast. Like, genuinely, I don't have enough time to stack normally because of how fucking strong mouse is. Just in general. And because, you know, skill 3 Hong Lu, it's just good. They're just very good. Unless it's like a really difficult boss, I normally can't pull it off because they just die before I can get, like... Literally, I use assist defense. I use fucking skill 3 for the fucking death right. I do everything I possibly can to get Tianju, but they just die so fast. My optimum choice would be to shield, so the shield so you die faster, but that's just me. I mean, yes, but the shield doesn't really do anything for me right now, so I'm okay. Oh my god, we got it off again! Holy shit, we got Tianju off again. Did I just hear someone getting... Yes, you did. I don't know who it was, actually. It was it Hong Lu? Was it Hong Lu? The fuck? How did that happen? Either way, GG. Yeah, it was. Huh. Oh, was he staggered because of his tarnished blood? Can that stagger him? I don't know if it can, because it does reduce his health, right? The escape pod of the surface are here. There's only a few seats left. They're saying that the next one is in 5 minutes. Oh, so this is like the good ending. Look, I don't actually believe you hired me because you saw my potential or something like that. But I want you to believe that you found hope in the potentialities because of me. No, it can't? Okay, well there you go. Can only be staggered if you get hit. Well, I guess it got hit. A hope and anticipation that we can make things better as long as we keep at it. I can't leave you all behind. Can't just save my skin without everyone. This is what a right-hand man does, isn't it? Take my potentiality you found and rise. Take it with you to the surface. Oh dear lord, it was a BL visual novel all along. Yeah, you know what? We had whatchamacallit? We had Yaoi. We had Yuri with Ishmael. Now we have Yaoi with Hohenheim. Blurry, I've gotten 3 moused S3 off in Kanto fucking 3 while being overleveled. No, okay, all I'm saying is, for the funny, okay, maybe you just like defended on everyone else, okay? Because there is no way you can get 3 off if you don't actively try and like you stop using every other character, okay? There is no way, or you played mouse solo. Because there is no way. And let me tell you why, okay? Let's think about it this way. First of all, you need 4 resources to get the actual passive to get Tianju, right? After you get that, you need to use assist defense twice or get death right? And even if you have death right, the most you can get is 3 stacks of Tianju. So you need to assist defense at least twice anyways. So that means it takes 4 turns. In 4 turns, the enemy's already fucking dead, okay? Here's the funny thing, to Heisho team. First, Yuri and now Yari, what do we have in common? One of them is always dead. Oh shit, that's true. Sync boyfriend? Yes! And then Yaoi, that's right. We do have Yaoi, you're right. Maybe next time, some other time. Oh, his name was Johan. Wrath is a hideous emotion. That is why I did nothing at the entrance of that branch. Only remembering nothing more. Remembering the ones I've left behind. You can proc Death Right Haste 3 times. Yeah, you can. That only gives you 3 Tianju Starblade, so you still need 4 turns minimum. You would probably need 5 turns if you don't have enough Gluttony. So, you know, by that time, everyone's already dead. Sometime later. I've returned safe and sound. Welcome back, boss. To be frank, I once wished to be someone like yourself, Heathcliff. We don't want Heathcliff to be like Heathcliff. Aww. But in the slimmest potentialities. So Hohenheim didn't abandon his friends. Aww. Aww, he's actually a decent human being. I like that. It was a failure? I'd established this hypothesis that the sole answer was to hold a firm belief in self, nothing else. Had my hypothesis been correct, I would have remained a distortion. Oh. Thus, I would like to extend my gratitude to you all. Thank you for making me fail. Aww, he's a tsundere. By the way, fouls with using skill 3 on the second turn with Death Right Haste can get 6. Yeah, again, 6. That's 6. That's 6. That's 6 Hideki. Where are you gonna get the other 4? You need another turn, right? You need another turn for another assist offense. Or another death right if you're really lucky. Funnily enough, Kim Ji-hoon wanted to nerf Mouse because she was proccing it a lot more often than intended. I think it's alright. I think it's okay. Because it needs plus 10 speed anyways to proc death right. So I think it's alright. Because of one thing, reread her passive real fast and with using the other 2 Mao IDs. Well, yeah, if you have the other 2 Mao IDs, but okay, so are you saying what? Are you using the fact that she gets more if she's the one who procs it? But you can't guarantee that she's the one which procs the death right. Now he has 2 IDs. He hate cause it broken. Ring Sang at Mouse. Is Ring Sang? Cause I use Horse Sang right. I'm using Horse Sang right now. Well, yeah, but like even then, you won't be able to proc it 3 times. That basically assumes that you've done 12 turns. Or 10 turns at least. There is no Kanto boss which takes 10 turns. At least in Kanto 3. Thus I would like to extend my gratitude to you all. Seems that my classification for my distortion was He 5SU. Disappointingly mediocre, but I don't suppose it can be helped. The world is a place where we must find a ray of potentiality among the mediocre after all. Let us move on now. Mephistopheles is prepared to depart. Hohenheim's researchers waved at us. We'll meet again, right? He'll no thank you. I have a feeling he made Mouse in spite of Ring Sang and instantly regret it. He make Mouse? What do you mean by that, Al? Like, I didn't make any of them, they're egos. Identities. And trigger it? Everything has an end, so do consider this to be a final meeting. Down to the last exchange, this guy. The last thing we saw before the portal activated were the LCE researchers pushing up their glasses in our general direction. Though I did only take a step or two, the entire world around us seemed to transform, landing us back in the transportation instrument. I'm talking about Kim Ji-hoon. Oh, okay, I see, okay. I have a feeling he made Mouse in spite of Ring Sang. Oh, I see, okay. I can deadass record myself doing this? Fucking do it. Put it in the Discord server. Now that I think about it, we didn't even get to learn why Groger's bones made those crackling noises. What? When did he make crackling noises? All we learn from this experience is that the sinners have all become mediocre, but each held certain potentialities within themselves. Each of us mulling over the events at LCE, we returned to the bus where Karen and Virgil were waiting for us. Okay, back to the bus we go! Did you miss us, Mephi? Okay, there we go. Imagine distorting yourself and only a he danger level. To be fair, I feel like Hohenheim's trauma was a lot weaker than a lot of other people's trauma, which has been distorted so far. Stronger than fucking Bongi, but you know. H-Corp! Honestly, H-Corp should just be Hongnu Corp. I know it's not, but it should be. Gongxi Fuck Jai! Hold on, I've got a sneeze coming up. Sorry about that, I sneezed real bad. Okay, Gongxi Fuck Choi! Yawn, don't have any idea where my leftover cake from yesterday went. No idea. I mean, why would I know? Can't even eat. Roddy rubbed her tired eyes, muttered something about how we should have partied in a room instead, and stumbled to the back door. 新年快乐! Yeah! There we go! 新年快乐! 新年快乐, 大家! Even though it's not actually New Year. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after various incidents at the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and part of the city, but an annual celebration for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their culture together. They began floating the idea of a New Year's party, and... Yep, couldn't be me. Sorry, I'm drinking my yogurt. There we go. Excellent, then permit me honor of hosting this banquet. With her usual overdramatic boast, coupled with familiar twinkle in her eyes, Dawn declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party, and thus it was decided. That is true. Also, I'm confused. So is this like Chinese New Year? Because it would only make sense if this is Chinese New Year. Because otherwise it'd be right after Christmas. But Christmas was in like Ishmael's Kanto, right? So there's been a decent amount of time between Christmas and now, which means that it's not New Year's, it's not Chinese. Wait, what is the actual name for Chinese New Year's? I know, wait, is that a bad term? I don't know if it is. Oh, by the way, you ask about the strength order of the checkups. Oh, thank you. Here it is. Don Otis. Okay, Yorshu, makes sense. Ma, sure. Faust. Okay. Honglu. Okay. Roddy-ish Heath Sink Yi Sang. Heath is that low? I would have thought Heathcliff was like upper. Interesting. And obviously Gregor is, you know, I feel like I've forgotten someone. Must not. Oh, Alec! Yeah, Lunar. Yeah, sorry. The proper term for it is Lunar New Year, isn't it? Yeah, it must be Lunar New Year because that's in February. So that would make sense why there's a gap. Why is Faust so high? That's what I'm saying. I guess Faust is like incredibly logical. So like she has that like, you know, fucking like quick time event kind of thing going on for her. It was an effort to decorate the bus. Well, didn't really happen. Don glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's because Sinclair has trauma with holidays. Okay. I can't even begin to imagine her amnesiac self even taking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it. But I guess with memory came tact. Aww. You know, it's our first New Year's together. It sure is an occasion for celebration, huh? Gotta get that bell going to finally mark the transition to the new year, right? Is this the first year together? Has it only been a year in game? Interesting. Sure, she uses a Zwei handler, but still. I mean, that's true. It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of another. This is indeed cause for celebration. Don't ask me, ask the LCB checkup. You know what? Fair. No, actually, no, it's not fair. I'm gonna ask you, Alec. Why the fuck is it like that, Alec? It's your fault, isn't it? A bowl of noodles fades, classic. Okay. Such bubbling enthusiasm. Nice. The grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books. Fireworks, most brilliant, enough delicacies too. And here's the fucking killjoy. Non-stop for 3 days at least. Only dum-dum stop on a fast road. Yeah. Virgil muttered with his usual sardonic edge. One fist under his chin. I mean, we can still do it on the actual bus, can't we? We can just eat on the bus. Don's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Rodia brought the cakes and cookies she'd stashed in the room so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. After that, we all stayed up together, watched the New Year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold, then retired to sleep. Oh, I can't read that. What does that say? I can't read that. What is that? That looks like the character for like garden. What does that say? Can someone type this word into chat? Because I want to know what word it is, but I can't tell. When everyone woke up rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. There was a behemoth of a structure, bizarre in its presence, and its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H-Corp? The sinners began to voice their surprise, appropriately so, as what came into view was different from any other nests we'd passed by it on our journey thus far. Is that massive structure all one building? Where the hell the back streets? That's big enough to cover. Yeah. Well, there he goes again, asking dumb questions without. Yeah, okay. That's not the nest. Huge box. That's District 8. So the nest is inside? Okay. It says a Chinese letter. Fuck you, Alec. Fuck you. Oh my god. We call it Hong. Oh, that's Hong Yuan. Oh, that makes sense. Hong Yuan, right. Okay. The fucking left part of that character is so shit. I just want to say that. It's because you can't see the 3 dots. It just looks like 2 lines. Anyways, there we go. The vast garden. Okay. So Hong Liu is pretty aware that it's his turn, I guess. At least they won't have to worry about Wayne. That's true. Hong Yuan, yeah. As the sinners began to gather one by one at the other side of the bus, stirred awake from their late night's rest, I felt my gaze drawn towards Honglu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face, worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Honglu, but the stories about his past home life we've heard throughout the year. Whenever it felt like sharing them, we all consistently and terribly depressing. You're welcome totally didn't just know because people says it first. Fuck you. It reads 宏源生命公众 fuck. I don't... Jun... Right, okay. 集团. The last two characters I only know in Japanese, so whoops. But his lips, ever so slightly, curled upwards into a kindly and relaxed smile, making the same expression as ever. 宏源生命, yeah, okay, you guys just, yeah. Fuck, Alec, you little bitch. I like how you didn't even copy the accents, an expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just cultural difference, kind of like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause. But actually, no. I'm not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job at this moment is to keep close eye to Zhonglu more so than usual. Bioengineering group. Yes, basically. My job at this moment is to keep, yeah. And if the time comes for me to help him as the manager, I'll give it up my all. Fouls cord. Fuck it, fouls cord, man. Besides, okay, yeah. I carry no recollection of structure so grand. Interesting. If my efforts aren't enough, I know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see it too. I collected my thoughts and approached the sinners who were flattened up against the glass window to get a good view. What'd you delete, Alec? What'd you delete? What'd you delete? I don't even know what you delete. I wanted to know what you delete. Can I hide? No, I can't. I want to see what you deleted. Why can't I see that? I should be able to see that. Anyways. What is the fucking BGM? Da 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 dong dong ding. Ning 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 ning. Your phone ringing. Hey, big boy. Big boy, your phone ringing. I'm gonna be so racist in this can't I can already feel it. Oh boy. Slaps really hard. It's a late sent message. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I fucking love it. Anyways, there. Okay, cool. Probably one of my favorite BGMs. Fair. Wonder how much for 3 kg rice in there? A lot, like probably 3,000 on or something like that. Actually, that's pretty cheap. Probably like 30,000 on, or maybe more expensive. Once we left the bus. Oh man, can't believe we had to get off the bus here. We have to take a formal complaint against E.G.O for this crap. What the hell are they thinking? Doing shoddy construction work at the entrance. Yeah, okay. Your phone ringing. Hey, big boy. Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing, big boy. When or not for Karan's most valiant drifting. Okay. It's no surprise that the sinners all had their peace of mind to speak. Damn, I've never seen Yi Ting that fucking depressed. I just realized, look at how depressed he is. I don't know why, but you have an urge to slap a bag of rice every time I walk past it. It just feels so good. Oh no, 100% agree. And do you do, okay, when you get a bag of rice, this is for my Asian viewers out there, or just literally anyone who eats rice actually. Whenever you get a bag of rice, do you ever try and with the bag, like not cut, just with the rice inside, try and like grip the bag so that you only have one like grain of rice inside your hand? Like inside the bag? I don't know how to describe it, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. As we Karan quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up, okay, yeah, cool. It just feels so right, yep. This place really does feel like Hong Kong, oh god, yes. See, okay, you get it, you fucking get it. You get it. Huh? Yeah, look, honestly, it's, if you know, you know, Chris. Like, I don't know whether it's an Asian thing or just everyone who buys rice thing. So I'm not childish. No, that is the fucking like live like rite of passage for everyone who buys rice. Mainly Asians, but just anyone who buys rice. to feel individual grains stab my hand. Yes! Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god. I don't know if you guys have this store where you guys are, but in Australia, there's a store called Tong Li. And it's basically your go-to Chinese store. And I remember going there as a child with my parents whenever we went shopping. And every single time we would buy a bag of rice, they would always put it in the shopping cart, and then I would get on top of the rice, because I was a fucking babby back then. I would sit on top of the rice, and it would kind of just sink and make like a butt shape in the rice. It's like balancing the light switch. Yeah, it is. It is. Because if you put too much pressure, it goes vertical. And you don't want that. You want it to balance horizontal inside your thing. Asian sandcastle. Oh, fucking hell. The memories. The memories. I'm telling you, chat. Okay, it's so dark in here. But with rice. Who was it that was like this, like, Blurry was gonna love this canto? Because I'm already loving this. This is already nostalgic. We haven't even started. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious that we found ourselves in the back streets of E.G.O. Looked pretty impressive from the outside, no different from... Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, I guess it looks more, not sophisticated, a lot more cyberpunk futuristic. Yes, my favorite memories when I went shopping with my family, sitting in the shopping cart as my parents filled it with items. Yeah, and then you would be sunk, like you would be deep in there. And then the cashier would give you a weird fucking look because, you know, you're just flooded. It's like, you're bathed in just products. The back streets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we'd visited in the past, except for the fucking writing. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring on the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes are all too common in every corner of the city. Yeah, just buried in goods, exactly. There was one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. They kind of reminded me of the former G-Corp soldiers back in District 4. What? The growth on their flesh appears too organic to be prosthetics. Some of them had odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin as well. Huh. They haven't mutated and said them. Interesting. Huh. Aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment. So I'm assuming H Corp is in District A. Fuck. Okay, it makes sense because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. Bluish healing ointment came from, apparently they can cure flesh wounds after just one night dressed in bandages. Interesting. Bioengineering group. Right, okay. I see. There are variations of H Corp singularity, the bolus. Right. She is likely referring to the medicines brewed head bol. Okay. This is, for those who don't know, a bolus is a very staple type of thing in any like Chinese manga. Any cultivation like manhwa, you will see fucking like, oh, the divining cloud spitting pill, or like the heaven defying dragon pill. They always have weird fucking names, but if you know, you know. There we go. H called the Hongyun Bioengineering Group manufactures boluses that contain essences of treatment. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Then you want to eat ice cream, so you grab the box in the fridge only to see fish in said box. For our family, it's not fish in the ice cream box, it's tissues. It's tissues. Use tissues. The boluses may be easily orally ground with water. Yeah, okay, so it's literally just medicine. The rumors transform as they travel. I was thinking about how they do things back at K-Corp. It is very similar to K-Corp, isn't it? Which is a bit weird. Reversal or recovery of one's condition, returning to the original state is a key word. Okay. It is no rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. Right, I mean, boluses are generally widespread, aren't they? The treatment are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, their focus is on selecting the appropriate technique for a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their statuses. Right, okay. Perhaps one of these, one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative descriptor for their method of treatment. Right. So that's what counts as treated? The immortality bola sold by the Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Yeah. Fun fact, Qin Shi Huang died of mercury poisoning because he inhaled mercury, believing that it was a immortality pill. The crowd Sinclair was pointing out suddenly prepared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. There we go. Hello, Park. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Oh, that's not the right toggle. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry, Park. How you doing? Howdy, Blurry. Have you been? How's the best horror gamer VTuber? Welcome in, Park. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. We're about to get into Canto 8. We're in the intervallo right before. They must be regulars? Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Mersault, but from Hong Liu. The regulars? Yes, I've heard them. As a child, people who grow too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search for their mystical treatments. Right. When I learned more history from an anime gacha game than from school, honestly, fucking fair. Like, a lot of people learn from, like, Ragnarok, the anime, as well. It's just, you know, if it's interesting, it's easier to learn. That's all I'll say. And school is not very interesting. That doesn't mean you should quit school, but just, you know. Canto 8, we're about to become Blurry Dynasty. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. It's highly likely that the inner operation conflicts or issues will arise when applying highly disparate treatments methods to a single body. Right. Such tragedy, everyone knows its drink cannot sniff the mercury. Okay. You know what? Why don't you try both, Alec, and tell us how it goes? Kind of like Cells at Work. Yeah, exactly. Where you learn more about biology in that regard. Yeah. Life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon the event of their death. Isn't that not allowed? I thought that was banned. So the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos. Yeah. The revival via life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrect. What? It's likely on a technical level this revival is actually categorized as brain resuscitation as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course. Huh. Another fatal downside of this technology is that unlike the manager's clock rewinding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there is a risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Right. Okay. It kind of gives me K-Corp Ampule vibes still, though. So maybe some of their mutations could be more than just side effects of these treatments. Maybe, but I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. Huh. Lol, anime do be teaching more than school to a certain extent. Honestly, the amount of stuff I learned from just things out of school is insane. There's so much things that you can supplement your learning with. Just school. Look, if you're not good, certain people are good learning in like a structured environment like school. Me personally, I can't. Depending on what the subject is, I can't learn in like a school environment. I learn so much better if I'm just interested and do it myself. It's kind of like K-Corp Ampules with a twist. Yeah. And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so after all, who would sign up for insurance if using its services could reduce them to a pitiful state? Yeah, they appear very pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't they? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself. Okay. The stranger's voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. We turned around to find a large group of people who are clearly up to no good. You must be the young master of that high and mighty Jar family, eh? You can tell just by looking at your pretty face. Huh. I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the backstreets, so nope, never met them before. Playing gods in a whole different world. Yeah. Not that it matters, we're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarchy evaluation. Huh? The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding. Got a lot of we're not great to start here. Actually, no, it'll be a violation of our office's core values to jump them when we're like we're some common thugs. Triax. God, I wish they would put the actual kanji next to the name, because I don't know how to fucking pronounce these names. How do I pronounce this? Does anyone know the kanji for this fucker? I'm just gonna assume it's Sansan? Like, Mountain 3? I don't know. Oh no, it's the Axe Gang from Kung Fu Hustle. Nah, they're not scary. What you need to be careful about is the fucking landlords. And landladies, especially. Chinese history be like civil war between small villages, casualties 1 million with cannibalism. Yeah, and then China like you know, China grouped together, formed a nation, and then they split apart, and then they got together again. It's like a messy breakup with a bunch of exes. That's just Chinese history. And wager about the winner can take anything they want from the loser. Duel! What the fuck is Don Quixote? Fucking the main character from Yu-Gi-Oh? Alright, mate. They would never be as strong as the Ting Tang gang from the Ting Tang clan. Fair enough. I heard that the tales that duels... I mean, I don't think... 1v1 me, let's go. 1v1 me, bro! That's literally what that said. I mean, this guy doesn't look so tough. What do you think, Val? Okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. I don't think you're gonna lose against him, but you know, just in case. I've done about 10 of them. That is not a lot. No Chinese characters for Shan-san, only Korean. Sang-sang. Okay, I'll just call him Sang-sang then. If we only have Korean characters, I'll just base the pronunciation off that then. Sang-sang. Okay. So the rich boy's dabbled in some duels, has he? It's... I think you misunderstood. I mean to say I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes lets me skip them, so it might be in slightly fewer than that on some days. Oh. See, this is why I don't feel like Honglu should be down below in the fighting leaderboard. Is that Bingsu? That's the only thing I remember. Bingsu 주세요. Bingsu 감사합니다. 비수랑 카피 감사합니다. I Bao Yu of the Jia family. Why is his name Bao? Why is his name Bao Yu again? Why is his name that? I forgot. Anyways. Honglu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there in a stance that did not express even a hint of aggression, before curiously cocking his head to the side. So always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. Oh, you cocky little pride chat, bear your downfall. The man who introduced himself as Sang-sang leaped towards Honglu. Then, about after a minute, is that Bingsu? That's the only thing I know in Korean. Yeah, exactly. Fucking Duolingo, man. Next time we do a Korean learning stream, I'm not using Duolingo. That's the name of the MC in his book. Yeah, well, no, no, I know that. But why is he called Honglu instead of Bao Yu? Bao Yu. Why is he called that normally? Like, why? Where does the, like, you know, where does that come from? As though this was allegedly stroll through a garden. Whenever Sang-sang threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected it to the side with ease, fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the feathery light movements of his hand and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until, after one blink and you'll miss it moment, we realized that Sang-sang was already face down on the ground, defeated. Ooh. Always put my all into every fight? Most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables, and we usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers. That's true. One of my BWoo instructors used similar techniques as this gentleman here. Practice makes perfect, and perfection makes an expert, right? Fuhu. I love the fuhu. Honglu seems to always hold back unless something hit his nerves, which is rare. But it seems Sang-sang hit Honglu's nerve by talking about trash about Honglu clan. Okay. I mean, you can use fake name instead of your real name, cough cough Sancho. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. But he's saying his actual name pretty often. Like, he's not hiding his real name, so that's what confuses me. I mean, you can use... Yeah, okay. Let's see... I think of it as their gamer tag. Alright, you know what? That's fair. Entirely relevant. Okay, there we go. And preferably not to do the thing. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyways, and our employer's not gonna let this failure slide if we just leave. Don't just sit there, move your asses and jump. Oh, you stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. I can kind of see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With the bitter cry of the defeated, his gang rushed towards us. Yay, we get to fight them! I wonder how strong these guys will be. I wonder, are they win rateable? That's the question I have. Keep in mind that all my characters aren't very high level. They look win rateable, so I guess let's fucking do it. Also, I have a question, chat, actually. I'm seeing comments being deleted. What's going on? Alec sometimes has lag with his chat, so sometimes things double up and messages that like he typed but didn't send and etc. etc. Yeah, he just deletes those. That's alright. I've got a question for you guys. So, do different skill levels give you different amounts of ego resources? Like, does a skill 3 give you 3 ego resources? Is that how that works? Or do they all just give you 1? I assume they all just give you 1, but I don't know for sure. Let's do that, there we go. Honglu's name? Honglu. Oh, fucking, fuck, what is that called? It's traditional. It's derived from both the name of the main character of the Dream of the Red Chamber and the title of his sorcery material. Hong Lo Mong. Okay. Hong Lo Mong. Okay. One of my favorite BGM. It's fucking, dude, this BGM is literally just ding 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 ding. That's the vibe it gives. The meaning of the name Precious Jade remains unchanged, but the pronunciation of his name very similar to the pronunciation of Red Train. Okay, yeah. I understand that feeling. YouTube lag is annoying. Cause lag maybe basically spam the cap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's alright. I already get it. Always 1? Ah, that's unfortunate. Alright. That means that I want to... Is that gonna do anything? Do I have backups? Okay, well, I'm not gonna use it, but that's interesting to know. Who has... There we go. Give me that green... Give me that gluttony, bitch! Damn, not blurry, dissing this cool instant background song. Well, I'm not dissing it. It's great. I'm just saying it's very ning. And you can't deny it. Because it's got the erhu. It's got the erhu. I don't actually know how to say it. The erhu. Either way. It's got that instrument in the background. So it's very like Eastern and Oriental. They gave these grunts such a banger theme. I mean, I think this is just a theme for the district, isn't it? And it's fucking slapping. Yeah, it's definitely, that is the erhu, isn't it? I too want to play the erhu. Damn, that's really cool. My cousin Blurry, used to play the what is it called? Guting? What is it called? It's like the Chinese version of the shamisen. I don't not shamisen. Yes, shamisen. I fucking the string piano looking thing. I don't remember what it's called. By the way, Park, we have new. Yes, we do have new emotes. If only blurrers tell us in that. Fuck you. Nice warm up. Ishmael's right, they weren't your everyday thugs who picks fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Honglu. I'm assuming it's someone from the Jia family, honestly. Yes, Guzan. Yes, that's Guzan. Yes. And given how openly they were about their intent, calling it a contract, it doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. Then, maybe this is what Jia Shichun was talking about way back when she mentioned surviving as heirs, sorry. Seems like they're assuming that Honglu's brought something here in order to participate in that family hierarchy evaluation. Then there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to try again and take out the competition. I really recently got a Guzan and it pisses me off. I mean, I heard that it can hurt your fingers a lot if you don't play it correctly. And you don't have like the what is it, the nails, like the picky nails? For those who don't know, to play a Guzan, like it's a Chinese instrument with like strings, kind of like a piano. But basically it's very difficult if you don't have the plug. It's a bit like a guitar. That's why you have guitar picks, right? But I think it's even harder with a Guzan. There we go. I wonder, has Blurry listened to Sky is Your God? Yuanguo. No, I don't know what that is. Simply grow your fingernails? That would hurt. You could invert your fingernails playing that. Said the chicken whose only instrument he knows how to play is mayonnaise. You know what? Exactly, Alec. Exactly. Look, I at least know how to play instruments. Okay? Why does the damn thing skip notes? It's like do re mi fa sol la ti, not do re mi la ti. It's because it uses the pentatonic scale because it is an ancient Chinese instrument. So it uses the pentatonic scale, which means it basically only has sharps and flats in a normal piano. But that's also the charm of it. You can, I believe you can like kind of combine two strings, the sound of two strings to make like, you know, like middle notes, but I don't know how it works. But there you go. Pentatonic. A pentatonic scale. It's a scale with 5 notes. As, you know, because it's penta. You could probably fucking tell. There are Hong Kong hip-hop rap singer. This one's good, so good. They use it as a meme for martial arts or to show Chinese power. Did not know that. I'll check it out. Erhu is just a violin with 2 strings. Yes. Yes. Erhu is just a violin with 2 strings. Well, no, it's more like a cello. You play it, when you play it, it's closer like a cello than a violin, because you put it like vertically instead of horizontally. But I get what you mean. Brown nosing, a compliment job. Okay. This insane. Oh, Virgil, hi. But I would prefer some silence while we wait. Okay. It seems that the company foresaw such difficulties to sound. Oh! Are we gonna meet new people? We heard voices coming from behind us from where Virgil pointed. My, you guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you? This is, what's his name? Jesse James, right? Really threw me off when I was told to meet you in some backstreet location away from our agreed rendezvous point. Familiar voice, a voice we could not forget. Yeah, it's Jesse! Been a while, everyone. Welcome back, Jesse. How you doing? Hi, I'm here too. Oh, yeah, we've got Meowth. Meowth is here too. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Rest in peace, James. I'm a Chinese instrument. Fuck your do-re-mi-fa shit. I mean, look, Chinese instruments only ever used the pentatonic scale in ancient times. So it makes sense. Team Rocket? Hell yeah. Xiaodu, my beloved. The best Team Rocket. We turned around to follow where the voice is coming from and recognize the 2 people we've been hoping to see again. Yay! Rest in peace, James, though. Rest in peace. Honestly, James looks more like a fucking Jesse than Jesse does. And I know it's Saturday and Pilot, but I'm still gonna call them Jesse and Meowth. Because, you know, that's what they are. That's what they are. They are Jesse and Meowth. I wonder if we're gonna get a James. Saturday? Look, what's wrong? It looks like you're looking at a ghost. Pilot, didn't you tell me you shared the news with them last time? Huh. From the sinners each recovered from initial shock of seeing them again. And soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see that things haven't changed much around here. Xiaodao, we're so glad to see you're okay. Chinese gadgets be like the assassin tea, you can pour 2 different liquids. Oh, fun fact, I have a poison ring. For those who don't know, it is a ring where you can carry a bit of liquid inside the top of it, where you would have like the gem or whatever it is. You can put a bit of liquid in that. And normally, in its actual use, you would put venom or poison in that, and then you could just quickly open it, put it in like tea and stuff, and then close it back up, and it's just a normal ring. I've got one of those. Don't ask why I have one. I do. But yeah, sorry, your story about the assassin tea reminded me of that. Assassin teas are cool though. You can use assassin teas for like pranks as well. Swear her thighs weren't that thick last time. Alright, Oleg. I made avocado. Nice! Nice! I'm allergic to avocado, which is unfortunate. When I need my shot of 100% alcohol, yeah. Oh, it's a dessert cafe. Oh, I thought you meant just avocado, but spelt weird. Oh, I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me search that up. Avocado. An Italian dessert. Okay, avocado. Okay. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, and it's got, like the little biscuit. Oh, that looks cool. Hold on, let me bookmark that. There we go. It's Italian dessert comprising of gelato, either fior di latte or vanilla topped with espresso. Okay, I see. TikTok to you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Saturday smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save for a few minor differences. I mean, I feel like she's nicer to us. She's definitely nicer to us. It's a kind of like a float. Add a bit of pumpkin spice. Oh, yes! On the top though. Fucking yes! That goes so well with drinks like this. Her outfit and her badge, for example. Oh yeah, she got promoted. Yeah, haha. Or the hints of melancholy hanging from a smile and flickering in her eyes. Reminds me of a cola float, kind of. I'm like congratulating her on promotion. Okay. Very profound after all. What is the meaning attained without spilling some blood? I don't... Wait. Yes, tiptoeing around the fact that... Where is she going to get the bare minimum of recognition? That's true. That's true. Hush Hush would have been nice. I even overheard some of them whisper that I let my partner die just so I can snag a promotion. So in that regard, I appreciate that, Otis. If we were being technical, I did die, except my brain was intact. Not even K-Corp's regenerative ampules could have revived me if I wasn't. Oh! So she got K... Oh, okay. That's right. No, Effie died. They went right to Effie's head when they stabbed him with a... Yeah. According to the coroner's autopsy. Yeah. K-Corp ampules, life insurance, neither of them can revive someone with a damaged brain. It is what it is. Anyways, let's not dwell on the depressing stuff. We're here for work, let's get the work done. So, let's talk about work, okay? Pilot. Rip James. James will be missed. He sacrificed himself for all of us. I feel like Cancer 3 was the first time our sinners actually struggled against Chroma. Let's see here. Coincidentally, I happened to make friends with a fella who has ties with the Jar family, so I brought him over. Just as everyone was reeling in stunned silence at the least informative, least helpful briefing we ever had the displeasure of sitting through, Ishmael was the first to catch herself. She looked up at Saudi. Okay. 5 W's and 1 H principle. Looks like we have lots to discuss once we get back, pilot. Just stop, you're digging yourself a deeper hole. Oh, meow. Gregor quickly learned to warn Pilot, but it was already too late. A highly unnegotiable crease had already formed between Saudi's brows. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connection to H-Corp. Right. Someone's getting disciplined, yep. So we, as the preliminary observation unit, were put to the task, and we managed to establish a connection with an individual. Someone from my family? No, we tried, but your family proved to be rather difficult not to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with all of our leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method to establish this connection. Really didn't hold back on compliments then, and this is how you... Our collaborator is a former employee of the Zhao family. Employee. Okay, after leaving the family, he now runs a lodging business. And it's likely he is far removed from the family politics. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Right. According to Pilot's report, he still regards the Zhao family positively. How can I not, considering the blessings they have given me? An unfamiliar voice butted into the conversation, as though to continue Saudi's explanation. I guess Hong Liu will probably know this person. Okay, Qing Tao. Guys, chat. It's your turn to do some work again. How do I pronounce this? What's the characters for it? If there's no Chinese, give me the Korean. I'm just gonna assume Qing Tao. Qing Tao, probably Qing Tao, right? He greeted us in the most polite fashion before bringing his hands together in an odd motion. It's the bow. This is how you greet people here. Yep, it's called the Bao Chuan gesture. Bringing fist and palm together to express respect and... Jesus Christ, this is like ancient Chinese shit, okay? I want to say this right now. If you ever go to China, unless it's like a really traditional place, do not do the thing where you put your fists together and then bow down, because people are going to be so fucking confused. Okay? They're going to be like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. Like, it's, you know, if it's like a really traditional thing or it's like an ancient culture thing or a ritual, okay, fair enough, do it. Or if it's like a really posh, like really formal event, fair enough. But if you just do it in general, like if you're meeting like, you know, family-in-law, they're gonna be really weirded out. I feel like they're gonna be like, what the fuck? It's like if someone so cool, like Googled how to please like Chinese parents. That's basically what you would get, but don't do it. Fossil twat. I'm not a twat. I'm a son of a bitch. Nine gestures greet one each other by shaking hands. Well, it's kind of like that. Much should I worry about qualities of people young Master had surrounded himself with, but I see he is company in those wise. Oh, well, okay. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What great generosity it is to open ajar the waterways of wisdom to quench my barren land. Jesus Christ, that is very a Chinese sentence. Blurry doesn't know Korea still keeps ancient traditions from China, Korea, and even Japan alive due to the mentality of wanting to preserve traditions. Don't get me wrong. We definitely still have areas and different events that we do those things. It's just not something that you should do. It's like what is it? It's like, I'm trying to think of like a Korean alternative. Okay, I can think of a Japanese one. It's like doing like, you know, like the 90% bow? It's like doing that when you're with your friends. It's really awkward. Like, it is not reading the room. It's kukiyomi zenzen shitenai tte kanji desu. Same thing as Sansang. No Chinese text, but the Korean one is a little weird. What the fuck? Gong... Kyongto. Qintao. I'm gonna use the Japanese one. I'm gonna use... Fuck it, I'll just use the Chinese. I'll just use what I think is the Chinese one. Because that's... Okay, so Qintao. Okay, that's good enough. Something feels familiar about this. That's true, he kind of like... How should I put this? A bit much. Communicating only by the sound of a ticking clock. This is something I had already known ahead of time, yet... What? Oh, he has a weird face. What a most curious exchange to behold in person. Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself thoroughly entertained in its entirety. Haha. I'll go with the Chinese one. Yeah. Oh, Gyong. Oh, yeah, because it's a G and a K. Gyeongdo. Okay. It's... No, because I can't pronounce it in Chinese properly because I don't have the actual characters. Because just having the quote-unquote Romaji in Chinese doesn't actually allow you to pronounce the name properly. Like, if I gave you my, like, government name, my Chinese name, my government name, you would not be able to pronounce it unless I gave you the accents. Or you knew what the characters are. Maybe it's a subtle sprinkle of disrespect that reminds you of your usual flavor. Yeah. Yes, this is about you, Otis. Ahem. Was all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Otis shook her head with clear distaste and strode forward towards me. I don't know about that. Sure. I'll leave the guidance of these backstreets to him. Well, looks like this is where... Saude fell silent. Her eyes lingered on Virgil, who stood somewhat apart from the rest of us. I feel like Blurry should pronounce it on Chinese then Korean, since PM is using Korean words to pronounce Chinese names. Yes, but as I said before, it's physically impossible to know. It's the same with some certain Japanese names. Unless you know how to pronounce it by like what character it is or what like the accents are, it's physically impossible. So I can only do an estimate, which I guess I will do in this situation because it is the Chinese Kanto. So I finally get to meet the Red Gaze in flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Otis is cute and haggard. Sure. Do you like Saudi? Do you like Saudi, Alec? Is she your type? If you would love to be here. Manager? Virgil seemed to sense her lingering gaze and walked towards us after nodding slightly in her direction. Manager Saudi. Let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your businesses. I'd much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh please, it's a historic first collaborative operation, isn't it? Can't you spare a little more time with us? The guide bud's actually doing something. That guy? I agree, nothing alike. Is the sea blue? Okay, well, there we go. Alec loves his hags, but Sinclair is around. Well, Sinclair's not around this stream, so he's got free reign. Fortunately, LCC has our own business to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying the LCB this time. And the Red Gaze will be helping us out to get it done. What? Check Mephi there, vroom vroom. Maybe it's not that unfortunate now that I think about it. I feel like every mission with the LCB has always been an uphill battle to get anything done. I want to deny it, but I can't. Just messing with you, I'm sure we'll have another chance to work together again. You mean Alec likes aunts? Alec likes hags. Boss, we don't got much time. I'll leave the details to Miss Faust, I'm quite busy. Okay. Virgil turned around and left Mephi with an oddly disgruntled expression. Now I remember, Qingtao is the remind me of Qingtao. I don't know what that is. But that must not be a Chinese drink, because we don't use TS. Well then, see you around. Next time I'll show you that I can carry my own weight. Alright, Meowth, alright. You know, oh boy, last time we met, I was really so darn pathetic. Oh, you're aware. Pilot competence is shown through action, not words. Saudi and Pilot gave us a light nod before following Virgil. Some sinners opened their mouths to speak, hesitated, then closed them again. We let them go without a word. Perhaps we didn't know what we could say to not make this feel this an awkward farewell. Very well, please, this way. Maybe we were simply mindful of this guy who was responsible for the quality of our stay. And they look nothing alike. Well, yeah, well, yeah, mate, yeah. Let's see. I wonder how much of the background is actually genuine Chinese words. That's another thing I'm curious about.
Carnival time.
They look nothing like. Okay, so it looks like I can kind of make out some words, although it's very, very like. Okay, here's a question. Chat. Does anyone in chat know how to read Chinese characters? Because like you can kind of see the vibes that they're going for, but it's not. I'm assuming this says like gold, like Jing, 这个是 Jing 对不对? So like I don't. Lowers my head. You, Alec. Wait, Alec, are you Chinese Malaysian? Are you Chinese Malaysian, Alec, or are you like born in Malaysia, raised in Malaysia thing? Haven't been forced to read Chinese since primary school. That's fair. That's fair. I'm curious about Alec. Oh yeah, I remember how the first Chinese photograph is a Chinese guy smiling while eating rice. Even though they kept it, they decided to hide it because it wasn't proper etiquette by European. That's so dumb. No, I'm native Sawakian Malaysian. Okay, that's fair then. Alec is from Southeast Asia. Yeah, I think most of my viewer base is from Southeast Asia or Asia, which is, you know, find that quite. I mean, to be fair, I do speak most like the language there, but like, you know. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burnt doors shall come, star way fall astray. I know limited Chinese phrase, but not the characters. Right, okay. How about you, Pat? Are you Chinese Malaysian or like Malaysian? Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't sound little weird songs. And like he said, they weren't skirmishes once we made it deep into the dark alleyways. Just Chinese. Oh, okay. How dare you not know? How dare you? You have shamed your ancestors. I was waiting for that. I was looking for someone who's like Chinese Malaysian or like Chinese, so that I could say you have shamed your ancestors. All Asian power, also Asians, we fight each other because we are competitive racists. Yeah, the thing with like Asian countries is against people outside of Asia, we group together. As soon as it's like between Asian countries, we fight each other. That's the thing. Or Cantonese. Damn. A Chinese that can speak Chinese or Cantonese. Damn. Aren't you also Chinese? You twat? Yes. Yes, I am. And I can speak Chinese. 你问我现在一直在说的是什么？你问我说的是英文啊？不啊，我在说中文呢。The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. As for the song, it's a song that became popular in the backstreets in recent months. The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song. Damn, Hokkien neither? Damn. Let's see. It is a song that spread throughout the word of mouth. It sings of how the decimated Kong family. This is not the place to discuss such matters. I'll share the tale in a more appropriate setting later. Should we come across it. You brought shame to your family, you brought shame to your cow. What, cow? No, that's just basic Chinese. Even I understand what you just said. Okay, well then at least you understand a little bit. You understand a little bit then. That's okay. I thought you didn't understand any, so that's good. You can't even read Mandarin? I'll have you know I can read Mandarin. Just not like fluently, I'll have you know. I also don't live in a country that uses Mandarin as one of their main languages. So, you know, or Chinese. I can speak some Chinese, but I can't read for shit. That's honestly, that's fair. That's most like foreign-born people with Chinese nationality generally learn speaking more than they do reading because it's a lot harder. He's a posh git from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his foot in back streets. Okay. I have been in the back street before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of the time in my room. That's precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. Really? Good counter argument if I was Malaysian Chinese. Yeah, okay, fine. 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 Lucky. Well, I don't know if that's lucky, but like, you know. Much like how the jade of the greatest worth is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where none shall reach. I'm like him? To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. Aw, everyone realizes. So that guy used to work for the Zhao family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then, there's nothing. Shall we continue to walk you down this road? Indeed. Humble as I may be, I am humble as I may be, I am very well versed in the roads in this area. Jesus, this is just Otis gender bend, isn't it? Honglu shook his head to me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we know from Qingtao. Should we be suspicious of something? He's a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Aha. What, you think you got me or something? This isn't a gotcha moment, mate. It's not a fucking gotcha moment, alright? I can do this too, by the way. It's not just you guys, I can do it too. There we go. Given pilot's clear experience in Naviet, we would do well to remain suspicious of the character. Fausto noticed approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Blurry in chat. Let's see. I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across. Yeah, especially from Kanto 4. With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. What do you mean, get him? So what was that back there with Virgil? Something about him going off to help out. Consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Oh, his actions were a violation of one of the most important items in his contract with the company. He's simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. Right. Think back to the incident at the manor. It feels like such a long time ago now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really did help us out of a pickle. That's what they're dragging him away for? Blurry, your Jordans are fake as fuck. Bitch, you think I get Jordans? As I said, I'm Asian. Why would I get designer shoes? I'm getting fucking Gordons, mate. I'm getting Bordens, alright? Not Jordans. I'm getting them at the Chinese sweatshop down the road, alright? Not fucking Jordans. Let's be honest now. Cool red blinking light. No, no, no. If anything, I'll be wearing, like, what? Broadens, there. Your red star is fake as hell. What does that mean? Is there a problem, honored guests? Virgil was sick of the fraud allegations, so he brought the terms of his contract. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Shut up, idiot. Okay. Mercer, could you carry Heath for a bit? He's dead tired. Oh my god. Heath, punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshu's sword, fell forward right onto Mersault's welcoming shoulder. Brodia? You know the kind of person I hate most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. Okay, I nodded enthusiastically as someone seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but Rodion and Ryoshu judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Blurry making his money, woof. Heathcliff is a victim. He is, poor dude. Although, honestly, look, I'm a bit of a sadist, so honestly, that's kind of attractive. Anyways, Virgil was sick of the fraud allegations of his break the contract. Yeah, I've never understood people who brought luxury items. Well, if it's good quality, I can kind of understand. I wouldn't personally, but yeah, there you go. Chaz roasting Blurry. He's about to stew dumplings. Stew. Oh, I fucking want dumplings now. Anyways, Heathcliff gonna suck it up soon. You successfully preserved the secrecy. I did good, didn't I? I never thought fucking Roddy and Otis would be in cahoots. Just not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. If it is no problema as you say, then it is well indeed. Yet I worry it may appear that the problem has found us anyways. Stopped and looked around, realized that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hand. A familiar man will tag along. Interesting. What happened to finding us a safer path? It is likely that my guidance has indeed given us much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears that the most observant of our enemies have tracked us here. It involves hair coupons. Right, yeah, you did say that before. Then what are they even here for? Isn't it your job to prevent this exact scenario? Let's leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. They must not be allowed to Okay. I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking, so I intend to become scarce for a moment. Yet, I have the utmost faith in the strength of our young master and the honored guests in overcoming this adversity. So, I'ma hide in the corner like a little bitch. Blurry's gonna find kink in getting legs torn from the ground. Honestly, look, all I'm saying is, look, no comment. Qingtao was already standing far away from the front lines as he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell me about these enemies? No, but consultation with Geshelslav seems unnecessary if we are to determine whether negotiating with them is an option. Okay, they're coming. Mersault, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. It will be done. Man, we literally punched him in the gut, made him go unconscious, and as soon as we need him, we just fucking wake him up again. Oh, poor dude. Huh? Yeah, what about it, huh? What about it? What about it, bitch? What you trying to say, la? What you trying to say, Okay, let's do this.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구?
Okay, there we go. I want to get 4 gluttony as soon as possible. I want to get my passives, mate. I want to activate my fucking passives, boy. I only have, how many? I think I have 3 Hatred packs right now. Right, there's Mouse, there's Horse, and Honglu. Yeah, okay. I've got 3 Hatred packs. Technically, Honglu is a Hatred pack because, you know, he's related to them, even though he's not. You know what I mean. Okay. I need 1 more, so let's grab that. Cool. There we go. I just want to get 4 within 2 turns. I think that's good. Oh, I just realized we're gonna get another one from skill 3 Mouse anyway. Whoopsies! We didn't need to do what I did, but oh well. Oh fucking well. It doesn't matter, it's fine. It works either way. We got what we needed, we just got a bit extra. Bit extra can't hurt. It literally can't, because it's a defense skill. Okay, there we go. Boing a doing a doing. I didn't even look at what these guys do. I kind of just fought them. I completely forgot about actually looking at what they do. I mean, they've got cutlasses, so I assume they're kind of bleed vibes. Maybe. Let's take a look. Yeah, bleed. There we go. And that's all she wrote. I'll put it there. Cool. This is pretty chill. Even in Lamantia Land, there were a lot of things which we couldn't just win rates through. Even like the chumps. So this feels easier chump-wise. I bet the bosses are gonna be harder, 100%. But chump-wise, as in like the basic bitches, they do feel easier. Or maybe it's just because it's an intervalo. I thought they would do Rupture since this is the Rupture Kanto. I mean, we're not in the Kanto yet, so that might be why. We're technically still in the intervalo. It's the setup for the Kanto, so I guess that's why they're not all Rupture. Or maybe they have Rupture passive. Not sure. Maybe they might be Rupture bleed. You never know. It's Rupture Blood. Jesus Christ, I got another skill 3 on Hongli Wolf? I didn't even see that. Okay, who's that? Yeah, cool. Damn, I have 4 line break on him. Beautiful. I think a fire or 2 was nerfed in this intervalo. Why? It doesn't even seem that difficult so far. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So before this, I wonder whether Don is gonna get like power creep. I feel like Manager Dawn has definitely already got power creep to a certain extent, hasn't she? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I feel like Dawn is definitely not as powerful as she was when she was around, right? I still like using them. Don't get me wrong. I still like using the blood fiends because I love collecting blood. But I feel like Heishos are just better now, aren't they? And KOD Rodion is just there too. Actually, speaking of, chat, what do you guys recommend? Should I use KOD Rodion or should I use the Heisho Rodion when I do Kanto 8? Because for the sake of the Kanto, it makes sense to use the Heisho one, but KOD is just good. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Hostile in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Heisho, alright, your wish is my command. It is max level anyway, so... Our collaborator, who had been hiding far from the battle, quickly ran up to your side as soon as the fight ended. Yeah, alright, fair enough, Pat Pat. Are you unhurt, young master? Yeah, totally fine. Alright, he's definitely glazed. Dude, he's even got the weird, like, angry, like, that glazy face. Okay. Was simply my assumption that the young master has ceased his training once he departed the family. Perhaps it was that the ilk who lurked in this part of the backstreets recognized the young master's venerable countenance. Oh, okay. It might be. KOD came out after Kanto 8, so you will play with what we had. Right, okay. That's fair, that's fair. Family hierarchy evaluations are nigh. Every soul living in Hongyang must know the face of young master who was loved by every elder of the family. Family hierarchy, huh? Didn't Jashu Chun say something about the heirs back then? They all assumed wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master? Even now? I just couldn't care less about it, that's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit for the family hierarchy than I am. Ah. A relief? Ah, well, but of course, it's a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the hierarch evaluations, so it is of great relief to know that young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. Hey Blurry, my friend Florian is getting back into the Limbus company. What is the new summon coming soon? It is... what is it called? N-Corp or Ryoshu. That's what it's called. I don't know if that means much to anyone, but yeah. Also Arc Knights. Yes, Arc Knights is coming too. Only exception to this is the other HIDs on Honglu ID. Yeah, okay. Arc Knights, we need total ideal horse. Okay. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. And now we took them all down, there should be any more. Family disputes are always the worst. Are you laughing? Please do not concern yourself with any further. We will make it a more clandestine path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. Yes, Pat. And I have 500 lunacy. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to place your faith in this humble servant, for Hongyang is not like most places. Okay. Oda shut her eyes for a moment, out of retorts, then returned to look at Ishmael. Okay. You're actually going to read it? How could I not get caught off guard after almost brushed off? Okay. To be fair, Ishmael has a point. Okay. Otis opened the pamphlet and began intently staring at its text, as though she didn't want to miss even the smallest detail of information in there. Save for what? Fucking E.G.Os! Arc Knights. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows. Something is gonna go wrong. Honestly, when I first heard Hongyuan, I genuinely thought it was like a flower garden. But, you know, expecting Limbus, I probably shouldn't have expected as much, let's be honest. I should have known that Limbus would, you know, make it a fucking concrete jungle, shouldn't I? By the way, how many kidneys you have? You're gonna sell your kidneys for, extractions? We were on a disparate run. All while fighting hordes upon hordes of enemies. Oh. It appears that the young master's radiant continence was made known. Okay. As I said, the young master's radiant... Okay. I cannot easily say he is being untruthful given the disjointed allegiance of the enemies. Oh, okay. So there might be truth. There are hags, I think, in the banner Arlek. Oh, there might be. Buy more lunacy. Wow. Otis played with the pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear allegiance to attack a member of the Jar family. Looks like everyone in the backstreets has been getting pretty plucky while I was away. Back then, I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'll all be on their hands and knees whenever we walk past. Ah, what a wonderful tale. Jesus, this fucking... Heathcliff probably is, like, absolutely hating this. There we go. My Kezan is near, calm your worries. What's a Kezan? Our guide seems oddly calmer now than he did at the beginning of the journey. Did he really get numb to all the violence that fast? Or, speak of which, what's a Kezan? Kezan? No idea. It's a term commonly used to refer to taverns. No. Oh, like Qingke, the ke. Oh, okay. Lodging like a hotel. Like the warped. Florida man can sometimes be wholesome, like that one Florida guy who donated 200 kidneys. Such a hero. What? What the fuck? Huh? Okay, well that I'm gonna need to do more research on that. If my theory holds, we might get Gladiator Faust. Okay. Residential no aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside the residential building is, within particular area and floor of Hongyuan, a taboo. Is the landlord gonna fuck you up? We must rest within then. I saw Faust's eyebrows slightly twitch as though she had just heard the most ridiculous thing, but I guess I'll ask her about it later. Why couldn't they save all this fighting until then? If not, it might be Kaltit Faust. Okay. Because it would be too late. Yeah, I think this is always the thing with family arguments and stuff like that. Every hierarch candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's going to try and take each other's just to be sure. I see, just in case someone else has brought something even better. Right. Probably the entire Abyss Hunter. Not the landlord, all of H Corp will be after your ass. Interesting. Well, they might as well be the landlords. And might as well kill them too for the sake of convenience. I mean, that is just how rich family disputes happen, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking as well. But other families don't seem too different from mine. Deepest apology from intruding upon the most enthralling composition. However, we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here. With that, the guide pulled us out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Oh, sweeper time? Oh, yeah, because sweepers on all that. Spectre Honglu, Ulpenius, Gregor? Darling, Jesus Christ, I got no gluttony abilities. Holy shit! Since you're no long hair. Ish is confirmed as Gaddy, Greg maybe Ulpenius, Faust is Gladio, Honglu maybe Spectre. I just want to know how they handle... Yeah, how will the corrosions work? That's interesting. That's an interesting point. I didn't think about that. But then again, I guess they've obviously got something planned for that. Okay, so let's get everything done. Death right. Okay. So we got 2 gluttony. That's 2 gluttony, right? 5? Gluttony, how hungry are you for majesty? Horse saying. Look, all I'm saying is, Hongnu is hot, first and foremost, okay? And second of all, gluttony is the thing that I need right now. Forget that wonder what level they are. What do you mean what level? What level the sinners are? Or these guys? There. Should I do another defense? I probably should, just to get the fucking... We can do that too. Give me Aleph, give me death. Aleph is the most powerful, right? In terms of low corp ranking, Aleph is the most powerful, right? If it's Zane and below disappointed, I hope that they're gonna be pretty good. But even if they're not good, at least I hope they are good characters. Yep, okay, cool. I know a bit of my knowledge, that's good. There's really no point in using my skill 3 here. I guess we could get it for the Tremor Burst. Yeah, alright. Probably gonna be at least 1 or 2 wows. Probably. Honestly, again, I don't really mind if it's not good, because I mainly just want the E.G.Os for the sake of having them. And Pretty Boy. That's literally it. I don't know how much I use them. It's the same with the venomous centipede one that Ishmael has. It's like, it's really cool, and I have it. I'm not gonna use it that often, but it's there. It's one of those. At the very least, wow, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't mind personally. Jesus Christ, we haven't got any... See, we haven't got any Tianju. Arknight's got a donkey girl, we Limbus have an ideal horse. We have fucking Gregor, that's all we need. We only need Gregor. Gregor is best horse. Gregor is like Urara, Haru Urara. But may she rest in peace. We all know that Virgil will be Mia. Probably? Probably. Or Dante. Or Dante. I think more likely Dante, no? And Karon's gonna be Cat. Probably. God, it's been a while since I played Arknights, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, the April Fool's event in Limbus, we got Donkey Virgil. Oh, did we? Oh, I've only seen Karon version of Virgil. Because, you know, I wasn't around back then. Okay, I bet, how much do we have? 0. I bet we have 0 Tianju. Let me hover. Let me hover over. Bounce, there we go. 0, yeah, there you go. Alright, we just shoot it. Wait, who's the one with 2 skill 3s lined up? Who is that? Was that Yi saying? Holy shit. Can't wait for Virgil to be Uma. Dante became Doctor of Limbus Island. Okay, yeah, I can see that. It would be funny if PM only gave ID mirrors to Arknights to all male sinners, and while the female sinners only get normal ID mirrors. It would be interesting. Uma Limbus crossover when? I mean, there already is the fucking Limbus horse game, isn't there? Now here we are. This is the place. After running through the alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the site of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps, adorned with a door plate with complicated looking letters scribbled all over it. That one's fan-made. No, I know it was fan-made, but it still exists. That is not our building. Please look this way, where our honored guests will be staying for tonight. Okay. We followed Qingtao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, its exterior painted in black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Oh no. Can we even fit in there? Hey, that place looks trashy as heck, even for us, let alone your young master. This is the nearest Kaizan we could afford to stay in, at least among the ones that I can manage. Yeah, its location in the backstreets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. Okay. Also, technically, we got Horse Virgil in the first April Fool's event. Yeah, you guys did say that. Don't worry, we can always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Okay. To the family mansion in the central zone. However, the time. Sweeping wave. Right, sweeping wave. Doesn't that start at 3:13 in the morning? It feels like we've got plenty of time to get there. Okay. Has an honored guest traveled to District 8 before? Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to have full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book, when she hasn't had to contend with it in person. Jeez, he's throwing some shade on Ishmael. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly, Park. We got everything we need in the event. Yeah. Innumerable unpredictable changes await in this teeming jungle of buildings. The ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, or even officers of the backstreets. Oh, we are beset by danger from all sides. Hello, Fried Bullet. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to MrBlurry's. I believe this is your first time in. Welcome. Please do know this is an 18+ channel. Welcome in. Verily thou, whilst if one possible, may one friend thee. Sure. Although again, please remember this is 18+. So if you are not 18, unfortunately, you won't be able to watch. Even a toddler must know that. There we go. One fails to disguise his utter sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Is it just me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Oh, hypocrite much, Ishmael. Zip it, Dante. Okay. Oda suddenly took a step forward. In her hand was E.G.O travel plan for that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith that if our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenge, instead, they would be able to lead us to our destination before night falls. Me? This does not appear to be... Huh? Very well, allow me to speak freely, without frills. Raise pitchfork. Yeah. Here we go again. You haven't raised your pitchfork in a while, have you, Alec? My responsibility is to bring the honored guests to the central zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is, technically, possible to reach the family's mansion before the night of the Backstreets commences. Technically. Yet, not every iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that has been so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. It is said that those engaged in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose, to stubbornly forge on towards the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel. To see when these mobs of assailants would end is to wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. He is just Otis 2.0. He so is. He is just, he is literally, they have the same fucking grin too. Jesus. Holy. They sparked an eye, okay. Yeah, they're fucking best buddies. They're fucking best buddies, aren't they? Oh, look at this. They're basically best buds, exactly. Look at them, two peas in a fucking pod. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? That's when I realized she was looking in my direction. The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from Rig's face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. When our gazes locked, she nodded. She must be completely turned around by that guy. Is this her way of saying so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now? Thanks for everything. Oh no. Is he trying to steal our Udis? I think so. Let me add him, boss. Yeah. Yes, she did, Park. Did you not early insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Miss Otis? Sorry, Alec, even a servant Chinese took your hag. A Chinese servant, I assume you're saying. Yeah, whatever, we get to the point, let's go inside. My humblest self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insufficient lodging with deepest gratitude. Gar. After all that serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he brought his fist and palm together. Okay. With Rodion surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Oh, well, it works. I guess. It's much more spacious inside than it looks from the outside. They use kind of space expansion technology in here too. Only appears more due to the density of structures. The door is now open. Should my presence be required? Okay. The man smiled awkwardly, then quietly excused himself as the excitement among the sinners began to grow. Meanwhile, Honglu stood at a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as he was gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or even the wind. Yet there was no light of those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers and howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet, I don't think. Huh? Not yet? So, big brother, something fell off to you too, huh? Oh. Hey, it's Sis! That's when we caught a familiar voice. Shishun, it's you. And so soon too. Yeah, I told you I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. You've been well, young master. Okay, yeah. Normally I wouldn't ever set foot in a place like this. Ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. Had to come in through the back streets. So we weren't the only ones troubled by that random construction site. Which is kind of suspicious now that I think about it. Gah. The confident look on Shishun's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. There we go. I like how Shishun even knows that Don Quixote is powerful. I like that. She looks like such an airhead. That's because she is. Little Shishun, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, let's do that. Hold on. Oh! Zhao seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Dawn after hearing that her memories were intact. Before walking right up to her. I like that idea, shall we? Why don't you find a room for me to stay in while I talk things out with her? What, you want to do some catching up, right? Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. Looks like Shishun really likes Dawn if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. Yuri, Dawn and Shishun? No! It's not Dawn she likes, it's obviously she just wants Dawn's power she saw back then. My lady, this is hardly appropriate place for... She's inside with a bit of disappointment before heading into the lobby. I miss little sis. But she's not a hag. She's not a hag. So I and the rest of the sinners followed her into the lodging. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. We've got some weird things happening. We've got some very, very weird, just like your bloody father.
줄
There we
길을
go.
담겼고
Okay. I think
물진 길을
I will end it
조심하라.
here for today, chat. Sorry, I've been a bit
세월이
tired recently, so my streams are a bit
공은
shorter compared to
그제야
usual.
알게 되겠지.
I do apologize for that. Hopefully, I can get a bit more
공과.
energetic, and we'll fix it. Whatchamacallit, you know, everything will be okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why my energy being so off the roof, but yeah. I think we'll end it here for today.
달빛조차도
If I have a 10 pull, I will do it. Let me see if I do. No, I do not. Okay, yeah, I think I'll just end it here for today, chat. So thank you guys all. Thank you guys all so much for coming to the stream. Fuck you, Pat. Thank you guys. I don't have anything to fucking extract with anyways. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming. Have a good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Have a good day, have a good week, have a good month, have a good year, have a good life. And as usual, everyone, I will see you some other time. Bye-bye. Mosquito fucker.